A true football Friday for all. I mean, this is your last non-NFL weekend, right? And your last non-Thursday night NFL game. And here we are. I mean, last night college football started in Tampa. USF destroyed Boise State. Tonight you got Dion. I think they're playing Georgia Tech. Then you got Texas, Ohio State, Miami, and Notre Dame on Sunday. I think you even have Carolina playing. On Sunday, Monday, you have Labor Day. And then here we are, Thursday. 6 days from now, you have the Cowboys rolling into Philadelphia, and you're starting the regular season. Amazing. Absolutely. I mean, the offseason just flew. For the record, as we always do. Super Chats go to the top. We appreciate all of you. Please hit the like button. We thank you guys. Again, this is the last weekend, man. I just saw that. We're going to get to that. Eagles captains have been named. Reed and Saquon. All right, so let's start there before I even get into my topics. You find it odd that the best player on defense is not the captain of your football team? Yes or no? Hell, the best player supposedly on the offensive side, you could pick one. Lane, Malata, Barkley, Hurts, AJ, all the stars are captains. And Jalen Carter's not a captain? How many years has he been here now? Is he going into his third year? He's not a team captain yet? So his teammates or somebody haven't voted him a captain. Why? He's not ready for that? And Zach Bond is after 1 year? Or here's another one. I mean, Zach Bond, he's not even a homegrown guy. And now you got Reed Blankenship. He's more of a leader than Jalen Carter. I don't know. It just looks weird. Last night at work, I took away paper towel and started saying, y'all surrendered. Talking about the Cowboys. We're going to talk more about that. I mean, BS? Okay. Well, then why isn't he captain? Why isn't he a captain? Let me go over here and take a look at something else here. Did Devontae make the captain? Is he a captain on your team? Let me name him here. Here we go. Here are the team captains. Oh, Devontae's not a team captain. Wow. I get you got to get that special teams guy in there. Jake Elliott, Jordan Mailata, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Zach Bond, Saquon Barkley, Lane Johnson, and Reed Blankenship. That contract is coming. That contract being named captain, the contract, in my opinion, is coming. Okay? When? It's coming. That's a pretty good honor being named there to and as a team captain. Just curious. How come Jalen Carter has yet to be named a team captain? Anything to it? Anything. Best player on defense is not a team captain. Okay? Hey, then it's not a big deal, right? It's not a big deal that he's not. Do I think it's a big deal? I don't know. All the rest of those guys seem to be team leaders, so he's not a team leader. Still young? Well, hang on here. What do you mean still young? I mean, Zach Bond wasn't even on the football team before last year. And you do got veteran guys here. You do. Reed's been on a while. Oh, Barkley also is a first. This is going into his second year, but he's a veteran guy. Those are veteran dudes. Okay. So you're saying that young players on the team aren't leaders yet, like Q and Cooper DeJean and Jalen Carter. Those guys' times are coming. That could be. Absolutely. Listen, it's just a question. Don't get your panties in a bind. Too young outside a quarterback. We've never had anyone under 25 be a captain. Okay. So is that a rule? That's a rule then. So that's why Devontae's not a team captain. Okay. I didn't know about your T rules. I got it. Right. Hey, just ask. I completely get it. Understood. Jalen Carter's not a captain yet. I thought Jalen Carter was 26. He's not under 25. So what are you talking about? JD3, he's 26 years old. It's not a take, douchebag. It's a question. I didn't give you an opinion on it. I asked you, he's not a captain yet. He's 26. How old is Carter? Let me see here. He might be 25. I don't know. Jalen Carter. He could be 25. Jalen Carter here. He's 24 years old. His birthday is... When is his birthday here? When will he turn 25? April 4th. So he just turned it. Okay. So he's 24. All right. So here, just not ready yet. And you guys have a rule that 25 years, I got to find out if that rule is true. All right. So let me get into the Dallas Cowboys. 24 hours after Jerry Jones made that move that sent Micah Parsons to Green Bay, and Green Bay surrendering 2-1s and Kenneth Clark, a defensive tackle, a 30-year-old defensive tackle. By the way, they called everybody. They called the Buccaneers for Vita Vea and 2-1s. The Bucs said no. They didn't want to give up Vita Vea because Vita Vea is the Eagle equalizer in the run game. They need him versus the Philadelphia Eagles. They're not giving up Vita Vea. I've heard Jason Kelsey and Cam Jurgens say that dude and the guy in New York is a fucking handful. Okay? He's a handful. He's a handful. So, you're not giving that guy up. That's one of the equalizers that they have. Jerry Jones said they contacted pretty much every single franchise that had a dominant defensive tackle. So I would assume they contacted Philly. But again, he didn't want to trade within the division, and rightfully so. Then again, you can't take anything out of context on what that guy does, Jerry Jones, because I'm going to get to the press conference here in a minute. And I would say this to you. That's insane that he would even make that move. I'm talking Howie. Now here, Jalen Carter and 2-1s for Michael Parsons. Dude, Jalen Carter's not a better football player. He's not. He's not a better player than Michael Parsons at a more critical position. But you don't make that move because, you know why? That hurts the structure of the entire defense. That affects the entire unit. You're not trading that guy because of that. The whole integrity of the scheme would be upset through the middle of the defense, and it would affect the entire team. The Cowboys trading Micah Parsons off a shitty defensive team, that affects nothing. It completely affects nothing. They're a bad team with or without him being on that team. Now, he's a game changer when you send him to a good football team. Okay? Once again, though, how he would lose his jobs? Hey, dude, Micah Parsons is a better football player than Jalen Carter. End of story. But you're talking about screwing up the integrity of the defense, and you're not doing that. It's right. You're not entertaining that. Okay? I didn't say Vita Vea is better than Lawrence. I said that Jason Kelsey and Cam said that Vita Vea and the guy in New York are the real deal, and they're handfuls. The funny thing about the trade, the Packers president, is Ed Policy, Carmen's son, same guy involved in the Haley trade. That's right. To me, this is almost the same thing of the Green Bay Packers getting Reggie White and adding somebody like that to Reggie White. And this is kind of what that looks like, Green Bay going all in and pushing pushing the chips in. Nobody on the planet thinks that, dude. Jalen Carter's not getting $47 million. You can end that right now. He is not. He's not the player Parsons is. Parsons does more. Paul, only people in Philly would debate that. Okay? Only people in Philadelphia will debate that. And that's why I'm not going to. And Parsons isn't. I know. Okay. Anyway, kid, sit down and listen or whatever. Okay? Here's what I will take. Here's my takeaway. I couldn't believe that Jerry Jones took a shit all over Micah Parsons at that press conference yesterday. His comments were this: we haven't been a very good team with him. No shade on him. You took a shit on him right there, dude. You took a shit on his agent on the Michael Irvin podcast. Then you turned around and you took a shit on him at the press conference. And you said then we're a better football team without him. How's that not taking a shit on him? He absolutely, it just seems like this thing has been orchestrated, that once he realized he wasn't going to pay that kind of money for him, that it was going to begin the exit of Parsons. It seems to me that this was never going to happen anyway. And Jerry was just waiting for the moment to make this trade happen. And he just needed a dance partner. And he ended up landing on the Green Bay Packers. I mean, the Green Bay Packers, that pick is the 23rd pick. Let's just say it lands there next year. I think Green Bay's going to be better now. Say it lands at 28. So for the next 2 years, the only thing significant about that deal is you got 2 late first-round draft choices where you think you're going to parlay maybe up to get Arch Manning. Is fucking insane. So for the 2025 year, figure this out, folks. He traded Micah Parsons for Kenny Clark. He traded an edge rushing guy. Now, I'm suspect on him too. He traded him for a nose tackle. That's crazy. Dude, he never wanted the player there. And to undermine it even more, you offered the player. I want to show you and lay this out for you. Do you understand? Jerry offered $40 million. Over 4 years, that additional $7 million, dude, you're talking nearly $30 million that Jerry was trying to undercut Micah Parsons. 30 fucking million bucks that you were trying to undercut the player to get a deal done. I mean, what? No agent's going to go to you and go, you would fire your agent, right? If your agent came to you and said, listen, they want to offer you 40. However, there's teams out there that are offering between 47 and 50 for you to come and play. But the Cowboys are offering you 40. You'd look at your agent and go, what are we talking about here? Go get those bigger deals. Try to land me on a good football team. That's a true contender. The Cowboys aren't. I would tell my agent the same thing. Hey, look, I want to play. You could tell he wanted to stay in Dallas, but he wasn't going to stay in Dallas at that fucking price. $40 million when you got people offering you 47 to 50 million? Dude, I mean, I don't know where he was coming from. And then you turn out to make the kid look like the bad guy in this. He looks like a fucking idiot. It's like watching Joe Biden. Honest to God, it's like watching Joe Biden run the Cowboys. I don't know what he did. You know, somebody asked him a question yesterday at the press conference. It took him 11 minutes to answer a question, and he's trying to convince you that the team's better. Bro, you're going to get fucking steamrolled next Thursday night. I mean, holy shit. If you're Cowboy fans, you're looking at the guy running your football team into the toilet. That guy doesn't give a shit about winning. He gives a shit about winning at the cash register. That's all. Hey, Cowboy fans, don't expect to win as long as that guy's alive. Because as long as that guy's alive, you have no shot of winning. Because he's going to do shit like Xander said to me before the show. He's going to do shit his way and how he sees it, no other way. This guy's like a Supreme Court justice. He ain't leaving that chair until it's over. This guy's going to die in office. He ain't leaving. He is chasing the shadow of Jimmy Johnson. Okay? He is. He proved to you with that deal that he's no Jimmy Johnson. 2 1s? Dude, you build your team. Why do you guys think? Folks, Howie gives you the exercise on handling the draft, doesn't he? What picks are so important to Howie Roseman? Take the first round picks away. What picks are important to Howie? 5, 6, and 7. Why? Because you can make multiple trades. People are willing to surrender those type of deals for players that may be on a roster that are down on from 30 down to 53. Howie's able to maneuver by taking all of those picks and using them in season to make a trade for like a Jacorian Bennett. Giving up a 4, 5, and 6, okay, parlaying that in to a player that's on the roster, somewhere down the roster, down the line. He gives them latitude to be able to make maneuvers like that because teams are willing to surrender those picks later in the calendar. You know, the closer you get to the starting season and the closer you get to the starting of the first weekend of the NFL, those 1, 2, 3 picks are going to go away. You're not making picks for that, and you're not trading those picks. People aren't going to do that unless you're a shitty team. That's why he's got so many of those 5, 6, and 7s. They're important to him because it gives him leverage and it gives him a latitude to be able to move around with lesser players. And I don't mean lesser players, lesser proven players. That's how Jimmy built the Cowboys with 3s, 4s, 5s. Not just the first rounders. They were essential. No getting around it. But you build your team with those multiple picks. Even if Jerry isn't the GM, he still owns the team. Right, he's going to make final call. What if they don't use the picks and trade them? For who? That would be something. Who, Max Crosby? Okay, you're still in the same shit. Why not keep Parsons? Now, if you're going to trade him for Derrick Henry, or you're going to trade him for a Barkley-type player, or you're going to go get a defensive tackle that's one of the premier guys in the game, sure. But nobody's going to surrender a defensive tackle like Jalen Carter. I'm not surrendering. Get this. For Micah Parsons, football-wise, it makes sense. Structure your defense, it makes no sense. It makes 0 sense to go like this. Hey, I'll give you Parsons and 2 1s for Carter. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Why? Linebackers get affected. Safeties get affected. The run game's affected. The pass defense up the middle when you're looking for internal pressure is affected. He affects the entire unit. The defense of the Eagles is built around him. I'm not fucking doing that. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm too close to the Super Bowl and to the Holy Grail. You're not. Him not being on the Cowboys makes sense. Him being on the Eagles doesn't. If I have to give up high equity players like Cooper DeJean or Carter. And for the record, maybe I'm thinking too high or something I'm thinking maybe normal. Kenneth Clark, he's a really good player. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. He was injured a lot last year. That's what you landed on? Man, I don't see that. Jordan Davis is better. If you're looking for a nose, Jordan Davis is a better player. And then he gets up at the press conference and he starts fucking barking like the Cowboys got better. I mean, the Cowboys got better with who? Dante Fowler? As your lead rush guy? You know, I've said it the whole time. I thought Parsons is overhyped. I do. I think he's overhyped. Would I have paid 47? I don't know. I don't think so. But I would have tried to get. Why did you trade him near the draft? Like, you know, how about this? In April, when you're at the draft, trade his ass there. You would have got 3 1s. Or maybe 2 1s and 2 2s and a 3. It made more sense that way around the draft. Instead, you wait until the week before the start of the year. I don't get that. We're going to do this, Leon. Okay? Rank your top NFC teams. Eagles, Green Bay, and Rams. I'll do that here in a minute. Okay? I promise you. Thank you, Leon. I appreciate that, man. Get this. Bro, stop. Stop it. Stop. Stop. Okay? Stop. You're fucking waving the white flag. End of story. The Cowboys season, as I said a week ago, is over. You put a stake in it now with Parsons. Your fucking season is over. If I were you, Texas boy, what I would do is I would get out a 2026 NFL prospectus on the draft. This is going to be one of the greatest drafts in NFL history, too, from what I'm being told. This is going to be one of the greatest drafts of all time. And this is outside the quarterbacks. If I were you, I would start looking for April because your season, it's a formality. Texas boy, watch like somebody just said in here, watch a lot of college football. You won't need to watch any NFL because your fucking season was over a week ago. Now there's a stake in it. Bro, you're not going anywhere. I mean, you don't trade Micah Parsons. You trade them sorry-ass corners you have or those safeties you have that you've been crowing to me, telling me that they're good. Deron Bland. He sucks. You don't have anybody redeeming on defense right now. There's nothing on that side of the ball. And your coordinator's not that great. What in God's name are you talking about? The Longhorns are better. If you can't stop the run or be able to take the lead, Parsons is meaningless. Okay, you're right. I mean, get this. Parsons on the Eagles makes sense, but not money-wise. You see, here's why you say no to that deal also. 2 1s and you know what? I'm going to go Jordan Davis because you don't have to give up Jalen Carter. You don't have to give up Jalen because that's not Jalen Carter they got in return. So let's just say that's Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis and 2 1s is basically what that deal is. Jordan's Clark's a good player. Clark's he's a better player right now than Jordan Davis. He's a better ball player, but he's injured. And I'll say this to you here. Like I said, 2 1s and Jordan Davis. Okay. That kind of makes sense. They just picked up the option on $11 million. But then I turn around and go, wait a minute. This guy's essential in my run stop. You know, and if I take him out of there, Byron Young is going to be the dude that's going to get elevated. There's going to be more double teams on my guy Carter. No way. No, thank you. Getting rid of Davis affects – actually, you know what you did? This trade helped Jordan Davis. Do you understand? Jordan Davis just elevated his salary and his worth on the Eagles. If you think that guy Clark is involved in a Micah Parsons deal, Jordan Davis is as good as that guy. He's as good. Okay? Dude, I'm not even debating that with you. You've got Lazy Smith. You should shut the fuck up. Every time you bring a name up, the guy on your team, Byron Young is better than Lazy Smith. And Jerry Jones getting a defensive tackle nose guard, how about this? Him getting a nose guard puts a stake in the fact that Mozzie Smith was a bust. He basically killed 2 players with 1 trade. He told you that Mozzie Smith 2 years ago was a bust of a draft pick because they went and got the DT, and then they turned around and traded him for Vittles. Stupid deal, man. It's over. Texas boy. He's in denial. It's okay, buddy. Sometimes they just don't want you back. Hey, the Cowboys wanted him back, but they wanted him back at his number. Dude, $30 million. Nobody's going to put that in a trash can and light that on fire. It's disrespectful to Micah Parsons and his agent. Dude, I thought they were fighting over like $4,000 or something. Or no, $4 million. I thought they were fighting over something like that. They were fighting over $30 million. That's a huge gap when you've got people out there that are going to pay you $47 to $50 million. Okay? I mean, dude. Great take, Prince. Seals, did you just say the upcoming draft? The upcoming draft right now is being projected as one of the greatest drafts in NFL history. Just so you know, it's shaping up, and it's just not shaping up to be one of the greatest draft that we've seen in recent memory, but it's shaping up outside the quarterbacks where there's multiple players that can really impact the football team. It will be one of the greatest drafts in recent memory. And the Eagles have a shitload of picks to go into that 2026 draft. Dude, you're looking at what a time to have that many picks. You've got 12 draft picks coming up in a draft that's considered insane. Like, it's the best draft in 20 years. That's what's being forecasted. I talked to Alonzo, Dan Morgan. I've talked to Jason Light. This upcoming draft already, the college personnel scouts are saying it's the best draft in 20 years. So you're going to have a shitload of opportunity with all those draft picks to get great players at the bottom of the first round. Problem with the Cowboys are they're not the Eagles. Eagles are going to get another great player, okay? They're going to get another great player at the bottom of that draft if they play and have a great year this year. Texas boy in DFW, please log off. JAKIB Nation. Okay, so there is where you're going with that draft. So that, if I were him, I'd be projecting that way. But 24 hours after the deal, Green Bay got better by far. The Packers got way better, and now they put themselves in a position where they're going to contend for a Super Bowl. I'm going to give you my NFC teams here in a second. All right? I am. I'm going to give you my NFC teams. So the fallout. What does this mean for Philadelphia? Well, there's good and bad. He's not in the division anymore, right? You don't have to see him twice a year. You don't have to have Lane going against him. You don't have to have him in the division. You don't have to see this guy, which is a good thing. However, you're going to be seeing this guy in more critical football situations, divisional games, wild card games, potentially over the next 3 years. You're going to see him in NFC championship games. Those are games you don't want to see him in. Seeing him in shitty Cowboy games versus the Eagles, like in the opener, I want to see Micah Parsons in the opener, not in the divisional round of an NFC playoff run. I don't want to see that. You know, and listen, I'm not saying you can't beat him. That's not what I'm saying here. You're looking for the least resistance to get to the Super Bowl. That's what you're looking for here. So he's going to be in more critical games now in the next 3 years. So you may be sitting here going, hey, yeah, that's great. Dallas, fuck them. You know, Dallas Cowboys don't have it. Yeah, but now you're going to be, and you made an opponent that's fighting for the NFC Championship better. So that helps them in their quest. So again, there's a two-sided edge to this. So that's the fallout there. Here. So the Parsons deal, again, You know what? I will say this. Does it make the Cowboys better? Were they in more of a need of an edge rusher? This is going to sound like we're double talking. But wait a minute. What's the biggest problem on the Cowboys? They can't stop the run. Did they get better stopping the run? Yes. Did they need Micah Parsons? No. Did the Eagles need Micah Parsons last year? No. What does that tell you, guys? You don't have to have any of these edge rushers. I don't know, personally for me, if I'm spending $47 million or $40 million on an edge when the Eagles prove to me you don't need them. It's counterproductive to what you guys and what the NFL is talking about now. I'm the only guy saying this. Do I really need a $40 million a year edge to win a Super Bowl? The answer is no. The Philadelphia Eagles did it a year ago with like a 36-year-old guy. They did it with 3 young guys, and they went on to win a Super Bowl. Why would I pay that money there when I saw Philly do it without that? Philadelphia didn't need that, and they don't need an edge. Right? I mean, you don't need it. Yesterday was a lot of fun, but the Cowboys don't really need it. You don't need Micah Parsons right now if you're Dallas. You need people who can stop the run. You need a better Would you have, hey, get this, ask yourself this. Would you rather have Micah Parsons on your team or a bunch of no-names you had last year become the number 1 ranked defense in the NFL and helped you win a Super Bowl? You had 1 first-team All-Pro last year, but you had a hell of a group. You had free agents. You had low draft picks. You had mid-draft picks. Take a look at the guys who just got paid. I want to show you something. Look at the guys who left your football team last year. One guy was a 4th rounder. One guy was a 3rd rounder. And between them, they got $45 million. A 3rd and a 4th round pick from the Philadelphia Eagles combined had $45 million between them. Right? Josh Sweat and Milton Williams. You didn't need some $47 million a year guy. No name Brandon Graham at 36? Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. No name. He's got no name in the league. Yeah. What do you think? He's established? He's not established as a player in this league, as an elite football player in end. Absolutely not. Only in your mind when you play fantasy football with your buddy, but not yet. But you've proven it. I wonder if Howie is going to sit there and do shit like this now. Okay, well, Nolan Smith wants $35 million. That ain't happening here. I'm going to spend money on the corner and the slot, the tackle, and potentially the linebacker with Jahad Campbell. But I'm not spending money on those 2 guys at the end. I could get guys who could set the edge, be good football players for me, solid guys. I don't need to have anybody that 6 sacks a year, set the edge, be a solid guy, and I could save a shitload of money and keep my integrity and my defense with Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio doesn't have a high-end pass rushing dude. We will shove the run down Green Bay's throat. They still have no run stopper and very weak wide receiver core. I think once again, you're trying to piss on a football team that's a good football team that got better. That's a shit take. But I do agree with you on one thing on the run. You get rid of Clark, that does suffer your run game. No question. Each team that won the Super Bowl in the last 10 years, for example, had a top DT, not a top edge. Eagles, Carter, Chiefs, Jones, Rams, Donald, Bucks, Vita Vea. It's a great take. You got to stop the run. Stopping the run is essential. Jones is right. You know, they got better stopping the run. They did. They got better stopping the run. And to me, the pass rushing, I'm starting to believe what, I've been kind of trying to preach here. And I've been telling you this since day one. The Trayvon Walkers of the world and the Micah Parsons of the world and the Myles Garretts of the world, you're not needed here. You're not needed in Philly. What's needed is a corner and safety. That's what's needed to fill up the integrity of the defense. You didn't need those guys last year. Why are you going to try to upset your football team to come off script? Right now, you've got a script going. Eagles are positioned to be the best to be all time. Absolutely not right now. I think in the next 3 years, I think in the next 3 years, you're going to win another one. Rich, I do. I think you're going to win another one. But you're not winning it this year. Now, you may. You may be in the conversation here. Are the Packers now a threat to the Eagles? Yeah. Here's the threat. On September 4th, no. On January 28th, yes. Who's hurt? Who's not? How's the depth look? Your depth is as good as any other team's, including the Carolina Panthers right now. Your depth is as good as anybody else in the league. You're not special at your depth. Okay? You're special in the first 20. That's where you're special. Your roster's not special. Your 20 are. That's not a special roster. Now, Sills, what about Green Bay's roster? Are they special? No. I think there's 10 guys, 11 guys in Green Bay. Here, I'll go down the list. I say the Eagles have, and let me do this. And I'll tell you if Green Bay's a player. So let's go down the list here. Now, has Green Bay pushed themselves in the impact? Are they now a threat to Philadelphia? Okay, so let's go here now. With the addition of Micah Parsons. So let me take a look at this here. All right. How many players are on the Giants? Burns, Lawrence. I don't know Abdul Carter yet, so I'm not going to put him in there. Kayvon Thibodeau, I think, is a good player. I think their left tackle's good. I don't know. The Giants probably have 6 dudes that are really good. The Eagles. Here's the Eagles. How many players would I? Hurts, Barkley, Brown, Vontae, Goddard, Malata, Dickerson, Juergens, Lane, Carter, Bond, Q, Cooper. There's 13 sensational players, and there's probably 5 more that are really good ball players or players we don't know. Like I said, Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt, I'm not there yet. I think Nolan's showing more, but I don't know who Jalix Hunt is yet. Reed's a good player. So there's probably 20 for you. You hear what I just said? The Giants have 6. So you go down the list here, more teams here. Look, the Cowboys. I don't know. CD, Dak, one of the offensive linemen, a DB. There's like 4 dudes on Dallas that are worth the shit. There's like 4 guys on Dallas that's worth the shit, honestly. I mean, so far, you're like head and heels above everybody else. Can we figure out how to getting Jerry Jones to live another 75 years? Funny. The Bucs. Here, Green Bay. Let's take a look at Green Bay. Let's go to their depth. Love. I'm going to explain to you Love here. Love's a good player, man. Jacobs, Reed. Walker. Rashawn Gary. I can't believe that the Cowboys didn't want Rashawn Gary. Now you've got Parsons, Cooper, McKinney. They've got like 8 and then probably 5 more. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They got like 13. There's like 13 good players on that Green Bay team. 13 star players. The Eagles have like 18. I mean, that's quite a talent gap. Now, again, this is going to come down to the depth of your team. Chicago's a funny team. I think they've got a lot of good players that never played together. Here's the Bucs. Baker, Irvin, Evans, Godwin, Wirfs, and Mock, Vita Vea, Levante David, Hassan Reddick, Winfield Jr. Bucs got a lot of good football players. That's going to be a formidable team early in the season, especially when you have to go down to Tampa in September. I saw Boise State last night try to contend with that humidity last night. They were in the first quarter. Let me tell you, I've seen the difference between Arizona and I've seen the difference between playing in Florida. And I'm sorry. I saw a football team last night look like butter in a pan. By the time they got to the second quarter, that's 87-degree humidity, that 90 humidity, melted that fucking football team so bad, they had a white flag in the back of their hats. They surrendered. They got wiped off the field 34-7 because they couldn't handle the heat. Dude, you can tell me all you want about a 100-degree temperature. You play in humidity like that, you're sweating your baguettes off. And Philly's got to go. I don't know why Philly continuously has to go down to Tampa. Is this the second year in a row you're going down there? I thought you went home and away if you do that shit. I can't believe they've dropped you back down there in Tampa again, especially early in the year like that. So do I think – I'm going to give you my list here of my my NFC teams here in a second here. But Green Bay easily got better here. Hit the like button, guys. So let me give you my NFC teams. Then also, because we're heading into now, we're a week out, I've got my top 10 NFL teams heading into the opener. So here's my NFC teams. I know I ranked them here. Here we go. Two, three, 4, 5. Let me see where you guys are first. 3 years in a row. Okay. 3 years in a row. Wow, that's right. Well, playoff game. Yeah. Holy cow. I can't believe that. All right. You guys tell me, give me your top 5 teams. Top 5 teams in the NFC. Eagles, Lions, Rams, Commanders, Packers. Four years in a row. NFL front offices hate your ass. Eagle, Lions, Rams, Commanders. Hey, this is a great take. Are the Packers a threat to Detroit first? Ask yourself that. I wrote that down, actually. You're talking about a threat to the Eagles. Are the Packers a threat to Detroit? When I look at Detroit's roster, do I see the Packers being a better roster than Detroit? I don't. Even with the losses of coordinators. Are they better as a roster heading into September 4th? Better than the Detroit Lions roster? I don't think so. Where are they better? Aiden Hutchinson was leading the NFL before he got hurt. You got him back. They're not better. The Packers are not better than the Lions. Their two safeties are like first team and second team all pro. Their linebackers, that kid Campbell can play. Aiden Hutchinson is a sensational pass rusher. They got good personnel, dude. Their corners are good. Their depth is good because they showed it a year ago. They won 15 ball games. McKinney is nice. He was too rich for Howie. What'd they give him? 17.5? They got him from the Giants for 17.5. Howie didn't want to go that high. Here's what I say. Let me make sure this matches up. All right. I'll put the Eagles 1. I think you deserve that. Because listen, even though I don't believe in your defense, you still have Carter, you still have Bond, you still have Q, and you still have Cooper DeJean. I don't believe in your defense. I don't. We'll see. Dallas won't be a test. Okay? The games after that, the 4 after that, Kansas City, Los Angeles, the Bucks, and the Broncos are going to be the test. The Cowboys have waved a white flag. Now, look, again, a lot of teams are in this position. It's not like when I say this, look, I don't believe in your defense. Well, wait a minute. Do I believe in the Bucks secondary yet? No. Just because you brought in a lot of good guys and they look like they played great in the spring, and then they look great in the fall here, in fall camp, and in training camp, that doesn't mean shit to me. I'm a guy that I want to see it. Okay? I mean, Denver, I don't know about their offense. Anyway, so I would go this. The Vikings, how could you put the Vikings in there when they're a headless horseman? J.J. McCarthy on a Super Bowl roster is unfortunate for Minnesota fans. You got a Super Bowl ready football team with talent all over the place. And you know what you have? You have a kid who's just out of grad school running your company. That's what exactly Minnesota is. Minnesota has a ready-made Super Bowl roster. They can contend with anybody. There's great players on that team right now. But you know what you did? You hired a CEO, and you hired a CEO at an undergrad and said, go run my company. And J.J. McCarthy, I don't know who the fuck he is. What, because he piloted Michigan? You talk about a caboose? That guy's the ultimate caboose on leading Michigan to a national championship. I don't know who the hell he is. So I'm not going anywhere near Minnesota. Second, who would I put in the 2-hole? Matthew Stafford's back is a problem for me. Old man time catching him sure looks it, doesn't it? Sure looks it. You're telling me that if he can't play, Garoppolo's in? Well, that knocks you out of the top 5. So when you got question marks of health of your quarterback, doesn't you think that kind of bumps you down a bit, right? I'm going to go Lions here. Here's why. I get the coordinators. But just like you when you were 10-1 and you had those shitty coordinators, you still won 11 games. Are you under the impression the Lions aren't gonna? What makes you better? And you had a colossal meltdown. You lost both coordinators the year before, okay? The Lions won 15 ball games. Are they going to be 14 games or 4 games less? Maybe. But they're still going to be in that 11 to 12 wins. They're still going to be there. Why? Because their roster's better. And I happen to disagree with John. That NFC North is a bitch. Because you know why? You got talented players on a lot of rosters, including here, how about this? The last place Chicago Bears. Do you think they're better than the Cowboys? How many people in here believe the Cowboys are not as good as the Chicago Bears? The last team that could finish last in the NFC North are the Bears, and they might win 10 ball games. Dallas they're going to win 5 to 7 games. Minnesota should get Bryce Young or the Rams when Stafford retires. I still think a good coach, there's something there. There's a lot up there in Minnesota. The coach is great. If I were Baker Mayfield and the Bucs don't give me the right contract that I'm looking for, I go, and if J.J. McCarthy shits the bed this year, if I were me, I'd land in Minnesota. That's a ready-made team for a star quarterback. Shit, can you imagine Joe Burrow on that Minnesota team? He'd be fucking crazy great. So I'm going to go Lions too. Number 3. Who would I put in that 3 hole? Rams, Bucks, Commanders, Bears, Vikings. Who would I put in that 3 hole? Get this. Name me a more talented team than the Lions in the NFC. Name me one team that's got more talent and more Pro Bowlers than what the Detroit Lions do in the NFC. Name me one outside of Philly. Just one. Name me one, dude. Bears do not. Rams do not. Okay? Their front's good. Dude, they got multiple Pro Bowlers at every level on every single front. Running back. They got 2 guys that are 1,000-yard rushers. They got 2 receivers and a tight end that's all pro. You got arguably one of the best receivers in football sitting there at Amon St. Brown. Whatever. 49ers are better. Okay. All right. Thank you. I got it. So, I'm going to put the Rams 3rd. The 4th team. Who is that team? I'm going to put the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here. I think the Bucs have the deepest wide receiver group in all of pro football. I didn't say the best. I said the deepest. When this kid, Micah Buka, is your 3rd wideout, and Chris Godwin and Mike Evans are your top 2 guys, and you're that deep, and you've got 3 deep like that, you're the deepest wide receiver group, especially in the NFC. Nobody's deeper than you. And plus you have a quarterback that throws the ball and can get the ball to those guys and has thrown for over $4,000 and has scored 28 points a game. So Emeka Buka is number 2 right now. Godwin will be back, according to Jason Light, in week 3. And that, I can't remember who I think it's the Jets they play in week 3. He'll be back for week 3. And again, I think the Bucs, their backfield, they got Bucky Irvin, the kid White. They got the best offensive left tackle in football in Tristan Wirfs. They've got one of the greatest run stoppers in the game in Vita Vea. Arguably the top 3 safeties in the game in Winfield. So I'm going to put the Bucs there. I'm going to put them at 4. Now, again, Josh Grizzard's a brand new first-year play caller. That's going to be something to keep an eye on. Who would be number 5? I'm going to put the Packers here. So here's my 5. And I've got Chicago and San Francisco as 6 and 7. You can put them in any order you want. Eagles, Lions, Rams, Bucks, and Packers. Are the Packers a threat to the Lions yet? You have to be determined. I want to make a point to you about something that I heard. Xander said something about Jordan Love. So I did some deep diving on him. And I looked at Jordan Love. 18-14 in his first 2 years starting. I think it's 9-8, 9-8. The last 2 years with a playoff win. I think he's 1-2 in the playoffs so far in his early. He's only started 2 years. He's been on that roster for a little bit. Let me pull this up here. And let me throw this out. Now, I will say his completion percentage is not where you need it to be. And that shows me inaccuracy, and that shows me inconsistency when you're sitting at 63%. Okay? Now, if you go over to Jalen Hurts' stats, for some reason, I have no idea, but they have him as a 64% completion guy. Jalen Hurts is not a 64% completion guy. In my opinion, I think Jalen's more 68, 69, somewhere in there where you want him to be, up near 70. In today's NFL, you want those guys to be productive between 67 and 69. You don't want them to be anywhere south of 65. 65 to me seems low. I mean, that doesn't seem like a very accurate guy. So, like, for every 10 passes you throw, 6 are completed, 6.5 are completed. That's not the number I'm looking for. I want you to be up near 7 almost. 7 out of every 10 passes. I'm going to move the chains on that. So, I mean, they have no deep passing game. What are you talking about? They don't have a deep passing game. That's been canned. They throw slants and seam routes. They don't throw deep passes any longer. That's not what they do. They have no... Dude, I'll say it one more time to you. The reason that Jalen Hurts will never throw for 4,000 yards, they don't have a screen game. They don't have a short perimeter game. They don't have any of that. Okay? Yes, they throw some. Okay? I wouldn't call it a deep passing game. Okay, I mean, that's not a deep passing game. That's a play. That's not a fundamental philosophy that they have. That's a play. Bro, when you have 3 games and you look at trends, the trends are not throwing the ball deep. They had 361 total attempts a year ago. How the fuck are you talking to me about any kind of consistent passing game, deep passing game, when you don't throw the fucking ball? What in the world are you talking about? Dude, your attempts and volume speak to it. You're out of your mind. Tom Brady wasn't a deep passer. Lighten up. 1 year, Brady threw the ball deep in his career. 1 year. The rest of them were checkdowns. Okay? Most of them were checkdowns. Get this. If you've got a proficient passing, deep passing game, why are you 30th in yards? Answer that. I could do it when we want to. That wasn't the case a year ago. I'm not getting into this fucking stupid shit. So here's Jordan Love. 57 touchdowns in 2 years. Starting. And 28 picks. 1 year, he threw for 41, 59, and 32 TDs and 11 picks. You think that's bad? 41, 59. Let me take a look at this. He threw for 41, 59 as they were rebuilding that football team. Again, the Packers haven't been a great roster. They've been okay. But in 23, he threw for 32 touchdowns and 11 picks and 41, 59. Completion percentage, as I said, was down. You don't want it to be around there. Okay, and last year, if I'm not mistaken, he missed the first couple games because of injury, right? He got hurt in Sao Paulo. He still had 25 touchdowns. He's got 57 TDs in the last 2 years. He's almost got 60 touchdown passes and 22 picks at around 11 pace. So you're throwing 30 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. You think that sucks? Boy, I don't. That doesn't suck to me. I think you need to get a better football team around him. Get a better defensive football team. Improve the roster. Keep improving the roster. Keep improving the run game. That's not sorry. The Packers yesterday, what they did was they improved their football team by doing what? They went out and got a premier player. So Jordan Love is going to benefit from having a guy like Micah Parsons on his football team. Micah Parsons fits the Packers. He doesn't fit the Dallas Cowboys and where their rebuilding is right now. I'm going to be watching the Penn State game. I want to see how the cornerback Harris is. Keep an eye on that quarterback too, because supposedly he's going to go high. Big Sills, maybe you're right. Cowboys will cook this DB room. Yeah, Dak's going to have to throw the ball 50 times in this game. That's not going to result in a win. But I'm saying that he's going to throw for over 300 some odd yards in this ball game. You're still going to win the game 31-17. But when you look back at the game, Dak's going to have like 50 passes, somewhere around 64% completion percentage. There'll be a couple picks. There'll be like 3 TDs and 2 picks and like 350 yards. But it won't matter because most of that shit will be because they can't run the ball. Dude, if you can't run the ball, you got to throw it every down. So where do you think he's going to go? He's going to throw the ball to the weakest links in the secondary of the Eagles. He's going to attack Jahad Campbell. He's going to attack Sidney Brown or Makuba, whoever. And he's going to attack your corner. He's going to do everything he can to isolate that. They know that. They know the weak links already on your team. Now, if those guys show up and prove differently, all right. But that's where they're going. And why are they going to go after Campbell? Campbell's new. It's not because he's not good. He's new. Glazing the Packers? Who's fucking... Shut the fuck up. Glazing the Packers. Jalen prefers sacks to checkdowns. Yeah. A little bit. I think Jalen... Wait, I'll take that back. I think Jalen accepts sacks versus turnovers. Okay? Sacks versus turnovers. That's what I say. Why would it be a mistake, Professor, to go after Campbell? How do you know he knows what the fuck he's doing? He's only been an Eagle for 5.5 months. So you think the kid picked up Vic Fangio's pass coverage, 2-eye safety in 5 months and in 4 weeks of practice? Good luck to you, kid. See what he does. 28-3 going into the fourth, and Dak will throw. Yeah, like that, maniac. Like that. Something like that. Exactly. Yeah, something like that. So we'll see. He'll throw for about 300. Hey, maniac, I'm with you. He'll throw for about like 200 yards in the fourth quarter, and he'll be down, like you said, like 25 points. And it really won't matter. Oh, guys, I got to show you something cool. Out of nowhere, look at this. Got sent to me yesterday. Check this out. To Dan Sileo, great player and friend, Barry Switzer. Is that not dope? I'm going to hang this up in the back. One of the greatest college football coaches of all time. Coach Switzer sent this to me. I don't know why. But I think that's dope. By the way, Philly Godfather at 5:30. Isn't that cool? Truly, I think he won 4 national championships. And Coach Switzer sent that to me. Man, I always wondered what it was like if I had ever played for him. I think would have been interesting if I had played. I signed a scholarship to go play for him. But, yeah. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Thank you. I appreciate that. All good, my friends. Hit the like button, guys. Don't forget, Xander's going to join us also at 3:30. We'll get his thoughts 24 hours after the Jerry Jones deal. My thought, I agree with Xander on this with Love. There's just too much inconsistency, but I think that's got a lot more to do with the roster. I saw him in a playoff game against the Cowboys. I saw him out there just absolutely flinging it around the yard. That was a 12-win football team Dallas had. And I saw him rip that team a new one. And I saw him in a playoff game. It was his first playoff game, and he torched them. Then I've watched him just sometimes you do this. This is what I say about him. And I think Matt LaFleur is a good coach. Switzer's been on the show before, my friend. We've had Barry Switzer on. You do this with Love. Man, that guy's got great talent. Then you do this. What's he looking at? I mean, what's he looking at there? What is that? So I still think he's a young player with tremendous upside. He's going to continue to get better. To sit there and say that that's the guy. I mean, every time I say that to you about Hurts, that's the guy, you guys go, this guy's got a higher ceiling. Why doesn't he? Why? Because he plays with the Green Bay Packers? He's only been starting 2 years. This is his third year starting. Now he's going to get an opportunity to be on a good football team this year. I don't know, man. That's, I mean, how could – I know Jaden Daniels is going to have a bad year this year. Jordan Love sucks, but Hurts is the best. I got it. I got it. This is a true statement here, and he's right. Jordan Love has had the same coordinator for offense since he joined the league. We need to stop the excuses for a guy getting paid $50 million. I listen. No excuse. There's no excuses, dude. There's reasons. You're confusing reasons for excuses, and you're doing that. You're excusing it, and what you're doing is you're using the Super Bowl win for Hurts to downgrade these other guys and their other organizations who don't do enough around them. It's true. His inconsistency is a problem. No doubt. But did you ever think, get this, Jalen Hurts is 12-20 without A.J. Brown. Do you think there's anything to that? He's 12-20-1 without A.J. Brown in the lineup. He's an under 500 quarterback. I mean, getting better players around guys also is. I agree with you, though. The coordinator thing does matter. He's had the same guy. I completely agree with that. Bro, you can't be walking off the fucking football field with the same guy, and the same guy's been in your ear, and I don't think those numbers are bad. 32 touchdowns and 4,000 yards. 10 picks. I don't think that's an awful season. I don't. Hit the like button, guys. All right. So those would be my 5 teams in the NFC. I still think Green Bay's got to prove to me that they're better than Detroit. Before you could tell me that they're better than the Eagles. Are you better in your own division? Are you better? Right? Are you better in your own division? One more time, I'll say this about Jordan Love here. He's had the same coordinator. He's inconsistent. He has flashes of greatness. He has flashes of, wow, that's not cutting it. He does have that. And he's got to right the ship on that. Absolutely. Okay? And that's a him thing. The inconsistency part, hey, you can lose ball games, but you can't be the reason you're losing games. And some of those games a year ago are on him. How many times, like, when you saw Jalen lose the Super Bowl in 22, right? They didn't lose the Super Bowl because of Jalen Hurts. They lost the Super Bowl because of poor field position, special teams, and defense. That's what lost that Super Bowl. Wasn't Hurts, right? That's what you want your quarterback to be in the room of. I don't want my quarterback to have cost me games. You know what I'm saying? All right, so hit the like button, guys. We appreciate it. Xander will join us at the bottom of the hour here. We're going to talk also about the 2025 Dallas Cowboys here in a second. I'll also put this out there. I want to put my top 10 NFL teams. By the way, Philly Godfather is going to join us at 5:30 Eastern time. This is going to sound like a cop-out. Okay? But I want to give you my top 10 teams right now. More so than anything, my top 10 rosters in the NFL. Okay? These are my top 10 rosters. I've got a three-way tie. I've got Eagles, Ravens, and Bills. Those are my three-way tie. The Bills being the lesser of the rosters because the quarterback is so good. Those are my three going into this year. Plus the fact that in the AFC, I think the Bills are going to be a little bit more fraudulent because of who they're playing in the AFC East. So you're going to see a shitload of wins. It wouldn't shock me if the Bills win 16 ball games or 15 ball games, if Josh Allen's standing upright. Every game on that schedule, they're going to be favored. Okay? Number 4, I got Kansas City. Number 5, I've got the Lions. Number 6, I have the Rams. Number 7, I have the Commanders. Number 8, I have the Bucks. Number 9, I have the Broncos. And number 10, I have the Packers. I think any one of these 10 teams can win the Super Bowl this year. Why? I don't think any one of these teams have a deep roster. Not one of them. Not yet. Not until we see it. Not until we see the backups. Your backups were so fucking good. Okay? Were so good a year ago. I don't know if anybody on this team or any of these teams have a good, deep enough roster. Good defenses. The Broncos probably have the best defense along with the Bucks here and the Ravens. I would take those defenses on this list. I would take the Rams getting better, the Bucks for sure, and the Broncos and the Ravens. The Ravens improved dramatically on the defensive side of the football. I don't think the Texans have a good enough O-line, Sig. You know, I've been doing some, like, somebody's got me going on a show on, like, Outkick. And they've asked me to break down some of the games and some of the teams. Steelers could be a sleeper. I just don't know who's running the ball for them. Metcalf is a big addition. What's Rodgers going to look like? Their offensive line, to me, is okay. You know, Cam Hayward's 37 years old. Okay, where are we going there? I mean, is he still going to be in the conversation there, right? Chargers will be a sleeper. I think the Chargers can actually win the West. That's going to be a very competitive. By the way, I think the Raiders are getting better. They've added 2 great players, I think. I'm wrong about Genty. They love him, and I've seen him run. He looks like The real deal. Okay, he does. He looks like somebody who's going to be somebody. And then they got Bowers the year before. They need a quarterback in the room. And I don't know Geno Smith's going to move the needle for them. Okay? Rams winning it all this year. They were the only team to come close to beating the Eagles and made Jalen run all over the place and backwards. Yeah, Jalen had like 100 some odd yards passing in that game. He was brutal in that game. Then again, it was snowing and it was home though. Steelers are the AFC version of the Cowboys. A circus scene, that shit show too many times. Yeah, but the difference is, Kyle, the Steelers don't lose. I would take this. Okay. I would take this that the Patriots have I think they've done a lot of work. I'm a Drake May guy too. I am. I'm a Drake May dude. The 2025 Cowboys will do that here in a minute here. Yes, true. Well, let me ask you something. The Eagles are a running team, right? The Rams were a passing team. Matthew Stafford had no issues throwing the football in that football game against the Eagles. Jalen did. And that's a home field for him. Strongest division, AFC West or NFC North? I still think the North. I still think the North is I think the Ravens are the best team in the AFC. The Bills and Broncos are just beneath them. Kansas City's in the mix, but I think Kelsey getting too old and their O-line is issues. Still may not be completely fixed. I agree with you. Okay? Seals, do you think you'll ever see a backup bowl again? No. That's exactly what the NFL doesn't want. Okay? They do not want that. Seals, I love Tomlin, but I just think the least runner run all over them in the locker room, hence the drama, AB, Juju, Le'Veon Bell. You know what, though, Martin? He did get the most out of those players, don't you think? What's this? When did this pop up? Sills, could the Packers switch Parsons back to line? Why would you do that? Keep him out there. Keep him more versatile. Keep him in a position where he can rush the. I would put him at the Sam, though. I wouldn't put him in a position to be on the I'd put him on the will. I'd make him on the will linebacker side, where he's on the weak side and he's not taking on tight ends. And I'd move him all over the place. I'd move him in a position where, again, come on, Tomlin just sticks around 500 every year. Can't get a young quarterback on his team to be his franchise quarterback. Mike Tomlin's not the talent evaluator on the team. That's a personnel issue. He doesn't have Howie Roseman in the building. So you want the head fucking football coach to pick the quarterback, to evaluate all the talent, and then coach the team to non-losing seasons in 18 years. Wow. I wish your coach had a job like that. Right. No need to move him. Flex him out. Yeah. Keep him in his versatility mode. I mean, absolutely. Right. That's what okay. Tomlin makes all the decisions. Tomlin doesn't pick the draft. He picks his coaches. Okay. They pick the draft. He does make all decisions. When he gets the football players, Mike Tomlin coaches those players. He's not ahead of the draft. They've had a personnel guy in the building, whether it's Neil Donahue, whether it's Kevin Colbert. We've had Kevin Colbert on this program. He told you how the hierarchy works. They, along with the coaching staff, get together and they collaborate. They don't do that in Philly. Howie makes all decisions. The coaches don't even know who's coming or going. Howie does that. Well, in Pittsburgh, it's different. It's a collaborated difference where they go and they look at the players. This is who we're looking at. Mike Tomlin goes, okay. They bring him in, and those are the guys they're coaching. Mike Tomlin hires every fucking guy on that staff. Sirianni doesn't. They just do it different in Philly. That's all right. I think he is. I think Omar Khan is a good GM. Okay? They still haven't gotten the quarterback right. Aaron Rodgers at 41 is not getting it right. They haven't had a succession plan at the quarterback spot, and they stood with Roethlisberger way too long. They didn't get out from that player. That's what happens when you got franchise quarterbacks. You stick with a guy. You keep hanging with the guy. Even when the guy's out of vapors and he's out of gas, you'll hang with him. And then get this. You get the Mason Rudolphs. You get the fucking nobody quarterbacks. And the guy's still winning football games. You win 9 games right now if you're a Pittsburgh Steeler. But 9 wins is not the benchmark in that franchise. That's not – there's a reason they've won more Super Bowls. There's a reason they've won more Super Bowls than any franchise in the NFL because they believe in their continuity. Who's under Tomlin's coaching tree other than Arians? I'll have to take a look at that. It's a good question. I don't know. I know that he's on – Mike Tomlin's under Tony Dungy's coaching tree because he coached in Tampa. And I believe he was with him in Kansas City when Tony was a DC, or maybe up in Minnesota. I forget where that was, but I know Tomlin was a Buck assistant coach back in the day. Steelers just need a franchise quarterback, and they're dangerous. And again, that's not Tomlin's call to pick a quarterback. That's the organization. Remember, Tomlin doesn't pay these men. And really, at the end of the day, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, that's not really a plan. Tomlin was the DC in Minnesota. Yeah, Tony was up there first. Tony was the defensive coordinator of the Minnesota Vikings. Then Tony got the head coaching job in Tampa. Tomlin must have ascended to that job up there. Okay? It's Tomlin's job to develop, not to develop. One, stop making excuses. Again, there's reasons. This is another stupid take. He'll try to tell you Mike Tomlin got fired in Pittsburgh. He'd have a job in 4 seconds. 4 fucking seconds. There wouldn't even be a question. And if he decided to go into the broadcast booth, he'd be making $25 million. Mike Tomlin is one of the hottest commodities. I know this for a fact. If Mike Tomlin ever got fired, I wouldn't be shocked that the Bucs fired Todd Bowles and hired Mike Tomlin. Maybe Tomlin should delegate some of the power. Nick has the same amount of Super Bowls. Nick has no power in that building. He has no say on personnel, and he has no say on assistant coaches. None. I thought we've been over that. I thought that's been explained to you. He has no authority over that. None. He puts game plans together, has a great culture in his building, understands the culture of the building, understands how he's doing, what the owner wants, what the coaches need. That's what he does. And he does a really good job of that. That's his job description. He's not going to battle for a player because that's how he's called. He's not going to battle for a coach because that's how he's called. And get this, that formula's worked. So fucking what? Coach doesn't like it. He gets fired. The Eagles are winning. That's the system you're in. You know what? It's a tougher system than any other place because the coach will do something. I'll tell you what's the good part of that deal with Nick. You know how many Tony Dungy got fired for doing what? Hanging on to Clyde Christensen. You know what the Glazers wanted him to do? They wanted him to fire Clyde Christensen. Tony Dungy said no. The Bucs fired and made a trade for John Gruden. That's how Tony Dungy got fired. Was fighting for assistant coaches. Assistant coaches that weren't good. I don't think Clyde Christensen was that good. I do not. Okay? I do not. Bro, if Nick Sirianni's in the building or not, how many people believe this? If Nick Sirianni was in the building in the last 4 years, would the Eagles still have won a Super Bowl? Yes. My problem with Tomlin is when he gets into the playoffs. Yeah, because he doesn't have a playoff quarterback. Okay? He doesn't have a playoff quarterback. Dude, that is an organizational issue. I'm not giving them a pass on that. They failed at that. They've completely failed. Their transition plan from Roethlisberger is still being felt. It's totally a Pittsburgh Steelers organizational issue and getting it right. You think Mike Tomlin sits around fucking watching college football looking for the best quarterback? How stupid can you be? These guys are not informed on the college scouting until after the year when their pros or their college scouting department comes to them and says, here's the top 200 guys. The assistant coaches, you have no idea how this works. You think that like Jeff Stoutland has seen next year's crop of O-linemen? No. He won't see those guys until January, February at the earliest. And people will start walking in, start talking to him because there's more time. Start saying, hey, look, there's a couple of these kids here. Then you start getting yourself and your schedule ready to go to the combines. Then you start having the college scouts and the area scouts sending you reports. Those guys aren't fucking talking to college kids now. How dumb are you? Like, you think Nick Sirianni's breaking down the Ohio State-Texas game? Fucking dumb is that? Do you think the Steelers will be one and done in the playoffs with Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, I do. Who's running the ball for them? I think they got a really good defense. Okay? I mean, yes, I do. Bro, I don't give a fuck. You take Nick, I'll take Tomlin. Good night. Have the rest of the day off. Still, if Doug would have had the ability to play ball with Howie and Laurie, Philly would have 3 Super Bowls and Doug would be considered one of the best head coaches of all time. Correct. That's a Doug issue. Today's NFL coaches have to go down the line of analytics. There's now 3 departments that you have to kiss ass to. Ownership, the GM office, and now the analytics office. Those 3 departments, head coaches don't want to kiss the ass of analytics. Because you know what it does? It undermines coaching and coaching from the gut. They don't want to hear you say, we think this plays the best on 3rd and 6 because here's what the numbers say. Nobody wants to hear that. Those old guys don't. It's why you don't see old guys in the room anymore. You see a lot of young people like Nick that know how to work the room. Nothing wrong with it. It's proven to be successful. There's no shade on that. They want to do business that way, and it's working. What the fuck are you worried about? Mike Tomlin coaches from the gut. Mike Tomlin has given a lot more power in the building to pick his people and to do the things that he thinks is necessary. He's the CEO of that company. Nick's like a department head. Howie runs that whole thing. The only thing Howie's not with the Eagles is the head coach. Mike's got more roles. That doesn't make it better. It's just different. Every organization is different. Some front offices have monster say. Some front offices have no say. All 32 teams are not the same. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. What? You think because the Eagles do something in the way they do it with Howie having all the say, that's wrong? No. It's not wrong. Their formula works. I'm not sure why you're pissed because you're trying to say which guy's better. There's 2-3 different ways they're doing it. Pittsburgh does it different than Philly. And the 49ers do it different than what Kyle Shanahan's got a ton of say. Kyle Shanahan was the one that wanted to trade Lance. That was not a John Lynch guy. John wanted Mac Jones. Both not great, but Mac was better. And Kyle wanted Trey Lance. That's why they made the move to trade with Miami to get those 3 ones. Okay? I mean, certain coaches have more say. Andy Reid has complete autonomy in the Kansas City Chiefs office. If Brett Veach came down and told him something, he'd go, no. If Howie came down and told Nick something, Nick ain't telling Howie no. He's saying okay. No matter how many Super Bowls he's won. That will never change. And rightfully so. It's just the way they do business. It's not a rip. Seals, we always talk about you can't be great without the greatness of others. Same thing goes for Tomlin. Yeah, they need to get a better quarterback in there. They will. By the way, they've got 6 Super Bowls. Their resume speaks for themselves. They're in a lull right now, but they've also been in massive highs. One thing is for sure. Are you trying to give me an impression that you think that in the last 40 years, 30 years, you think you've been a better franchise than them? You're out of your fucking mind. Recent history here, last 10, yes, I agree. You're better right now than Pittsburgh. But as a franchise, the last 30 years, you're not in Pittsburgh's league. Pittsburgh doesn't lose games. Pittsburgh has 6 World Championships. They've had 3 coaches in the building in the last 65 years. I mean, whatever. Don't care what you say. You add them up. And they need to get a quarterback. But I'll tell you one thing's for sure. Nick Sirianni ain't winning football games with Mason Rudolph. That's a fact. You're not winning football games with Justin Fields. I don't give a shit what the Jets think. They got to. I'm not telling you they have to win. There's no question about it. All right. Let me go here. The Cowboys. Damn. 2025 Dallas Cowboys. I want to pull this up. Good grief. I mean, look at this. Look at this team. Dak, okay. Who's Javonte Williams? Does anybody know? Who's Javonte Williams? Lamb, okay, frontline guy. Pickens, okay, good too. Tolbert, not bad at 3. Dotson's better. Jake Ferguson's not horrible. Dude, do you understand that the Cowboys, why they're going to a fullback? Why do you think the Cowboys are going to a fullback and the Eagles are going to a fullback. Do you know the difference? What do you think the difference is on why the Cowboys are going to a fullback and putting a fullback in the backfield versus the Eagles looking like they want to implement some of that coming up this year? Give me why one team's doing it that way and why the other team. Correct, Abe. The Cowboys are doing it to protect their quarterback. The Eagles are doing it to be more formidable in the run game. The Eagle way is more proactive. I'm going to run you over now with another third guard, basically. And that's how we're going to run you over. They're looking to be proactive. And the Cowboys are looking to protect their quarterback and max protection. So the fullback is another guard in a different role because the offensive line is so bad that they've got to go to a fullback set. I mean, that's, to me, that's out of necessity because of the lack of talent. Tyler Guyton is, in my opinion, a little better than Mozzie Smith. He's your starting left tackle. Boy, Nolan Smith on him or Jalix Hunt on him, I could see 2 sacks. If they do this right, there could be 2 sacks on that guy come Thursday night. Tyler Guyton is your left tackle. Tyler Smith's good. He's a good football player. The kid Beebe from K-State, he got a long way to go, man. Dude, no, Jordan Davis, you know what I would do if I were Clint Hurt to this guy Beebe that they got at center? This Cooper Beebe guy, who is I liked him in college. I would put Jordan Davis on the nose, and I would bull rush him every single pass play I could. I'd have Jordan out there on third down, and I would bull rush this guy because he can't handle the bull rush. And you collapse that pocket. My job right now is to tell Jordan Davis, and I've told Clint Hurt this, I have him jam that guy back. I don't give a fuck if they run a handoff, a draw. I don't care. Let my backers make a play, but I'm going to kill that guy. I would sit there and I would put Jordan Davis on the nose and I would fucking kill that guy. I don't think he can handle it. I just don't. Okay? Name drop? Well, when you grow up, you'll know people too, young man. Let's see here. Booker. Booker says he's looking forward to seeing the Eagles. Are you looking forward to seeing Jalen Carter? Son, you better put some bricks in your pocket and you better come to work. And if I were you, Tyler Booker, I'd put one of them miner's caps on. You know, one of those miner's caps, you got a light on it, go into a tunnel because you're going to work. You better bring a lunch pail because that guy's going to put some schooling on you. My God. Between the nose and the right guard, homeboy, you better eat your Wheaties that day. I mean, a Terrence Steele's not terrible. This offense, it's better than Denver. That group setting is better than Denver. Marshawn Nealand, you put Kenny Clark in there. That doesn't prove you. Dante Fowler? Is this now his second team? Wasn't he a Jaguar? Wasn't Dante Fowler initially a Jaguar sign? Wasn't he a draft choice by the Jacksonville Jaguars? Then he went to Washington, right? And then he went to Dallas. That's your new pass rusher? Okay. Sanborn's not a bad linebacker. Deron Bland blows. Trayvon Diggs, I guess. Hooker's not terrible. It's not bad. Now you look at it. It's just not great. Dude, those second team guys. Wow. Get this. Mozzie Smith is now behind Kenny Clark. How many years has Mozzie Smith been in the league? Jordan Davis, compared to Mozzie Smith, is Reggie White. Just put that in perspective. When Jerry Jones made that trade to get Kenny Clark in the building, he killed two players. He killed Mozzie Smith, and then he turned around and tried to go, we weren't very good with Micah Parsons. Kenny Clark makes you better. Believe it or not, it does. But at the expense of getting rid of that guy? I mean, good grief. All right. The news has been insane. College football's this weekend. It's going to be a Corso weekend, I can see already, which is cool. Okay? Which is cool. But 24 hours after the trade, boy, it's one of the biggest trades of all time. And I got to tell you, when I heard Jerry Jones talk Herschel Walker, I was like, that you think is Herschel Walker? 2 picks at 23? And a 30-year-old DT who was hurt a year ago? Bro, you're on crack. Seriously, man. I mean, it's time for the old folks home. Without further ado, the news was, hey, by the way, that segment, let me take a look at that. That segment with me and Xander yesterday when that thing broke yesterday. Let me see that thing, man. Holy Manon to me. That thing did very well. How you doing, man? Without further ado, we bring in my man from Birds 365. He is Big Z, Xander Krauss.
What's up, Big Sills? How you doing, brother?
Dude, you tell me, man. 24 hours after the whole. There's so many ways to go here with this thing.
Yeah,
and it really does have a lot, and it affects a little bit Philly. Good way, bad way, whatever you want to look at it. I mean, it affects it shook up the NFC a little bit and how you see the power seedings here a little bit. But for you, 24 hours after the deal, your takeaways are what?
Still surprised they did it. And as much as I'm trying to talk myself into the Green Bay Packers that they're a good football team, I just think their quarterback blows and is never going to win a lot in the playoffs. So I'm not really that worried about the Packers. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect them. I think they got a good team. They got good players. Their defense definitely got better yesterday. I think it was a good move by them. But until Jordan Love shows me a little bit more, I can't really. I mean, it's Dak. You got Dak again. You got Dak, Micah.
Dak's in his 10th year. This kid's going into a start.
I mean, Dak's better than him.
Okay, well, I mean, you don't think he's going to get better? He's only had 30 starts. I mean, you're making it sound like this guy has no ceiling, or he's already reached his peak.
Let's look it up. Let's look at it.
He's had, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's 18-14 as a starting quarterback for the Packers.
Well, he threw for 4,000 yards in 2023.
And 32 TDs on a rebuild Packer team.
I mean, look,
Aaron Rodgers.
He's a decent player, but is he going to be another one of those regular?
I don't know yet either. I'm not saying that
right now. I don't know. It's just it's more of a
it's an eyeball thing. I'm
it's
with
a
you.
gut feeling for me. I just
do this. I do this with him. I'll go like this. Holy shit, this guy's fucking great. But then I'll do this. Son, what are you looking at? And if you look at the completion percentage, to me, hanging around 63, 64, that shows inconsistency a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, he is young. You're right. He's young.
Okay.
26 years old. Can't put a ceiling on
But
that.
let's put this into perspective to your point. He's had Matt LaFleur now. We're not talking about multiple coordinators here on why we could see some of the consistency in it. But those numbers that I'm looking at, I don't see bad. I see they need to get better players around him a little bit, and he does need to play. I saw him torch the Cowboys in the playoffs, beat the fuck out of them, to go into their building and put a 40-burger on them. I mean, he's not all that, and he's a young player. So, Xander, I mean, I'm not out on the kid by far. I just want to see more. Now, the Packers have pushed their chips in, right? Hey,
no doubt about it. Yeah, I got you. Well, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. They're paying a guy $47 million. I mean, you better have your chips in if you're paying somebody that. So I assume that they do. Did they pay Jordan Love? What'd they do with him?
They gave him 50.
How many years though?
I believe 4.
So he's paid.
He's done. He's paid.
Jordan Love.
He makes more than Jalen, believe it or not. Then again, You want to hear something psycho?
4-year, 220. Holy shit, he got 55.
Hey, you want to hear something crazy? Micah Parsons makes more base salary than Patrick Mahomes. He makes more money than Mahomes.
That's right. Mahomes is like 45, right?
$45 million. Now his is a 10-year deal when he gets paid out more on that deal. But
I don't know. I'm not really a Jordan Love believer. I feel like it's one of those things where he was talked up so much early. Like I even remember John talking about him like, you don't understand the type of talent this kid has. He's one. No, I know that, but I'm saying, how some quarterbacks get that talk from the media where it's just like, this talent is it's once in a lifetime. And I'm like, all right, like let's see what he can do on the football field. I felt like I heard that with Jordan Love so much. And
so you think Jordan Love is Justin Herbert?
Well, I actually think Justin Herbert would benefit a lot more from a better team around him. Now, I'm not going to excuse him for his playoff woes, but
it's one game.
2
games he was horrible in?
I'm pretty sure it was 2. Oh, no, I'm not thinking of Trevor. No, am I thinking of – no, I thought it was 2.
It was one game. I thought it was that Jags game.
It was 4 picks, ready?
Okay.
And then he had a 3-touchdown lead over the Jaguars, and he blew it when
that was the game.
No. These were separate games. The other game was when Jacksonville, when Trevor Lawrence had 4 interceptions in the first half, and then he came back and won in the second half.
I'll make this comment. Anybody who thinks that guy's not a phenomenal talent,
that's what I'm saying to you, though. I think he could have it if he went to the right organization. I think that Justin Herbert would thrive a little bit more, but he's in the chart,
Well, his playoffs right now are 25 of 43 for 273 and a touchdown. The second one was the one you're talking about, 14 of 32, 242, 1 touchdown and 4 picks. So he's 2 TDs and 4 picks and 2 playoff games. It's not really a gigantic sample size for playoffs for a player that's been in the league, but that organization's got to do more.
What do you think Herbert would have done by now in Green Bay?
They
would have had more success.
They'd have won a Super Bowl.
Well, I don't know if I'll go that far.
Oh, I do, because Green Bay puts talented people in. And
that's what I mean. They're a pretty well run organization.
Yeah. Now, let me back on that. Let me back that up. They had Favre and Rodgers and only won 2 in 30 years.
Yeah, it's true.
So let's go there with that.
They're in the room a lot. The room a lot.
Yep. All right. So, Xander, give me your the fallout from the Parsons deal. Do you think the Packers are better than the Lions in the North?
Packers better than the Lions? I don't think so. Not from a roster perspective. I think Jared Goff's a better. I mean, I don't know if he's better, but I think he's more. You know what you're going to get from him a little bit more. Where Jordan Love is a little bit boomer bust. And it feels like some games Jordan Love plays so good they could never lose. And then some games he plays bad enough that it's like you lose the game because of him. I feel like Jared Goff's a little bit more steady. I actually like the skill position players in Green Bay a lot more this year with Matthew Golden, and they have a couple other guys over there as well. But I still feel like the Lions are the better skill position guys. Remember, Lions lost Frank Ragnow on that front. That's a
and another guy, another guard.
Who's the other guard they lost?
I forget. He was a Pro Bowl type player. They lost.
Was it?
I can't remember. They lost. Who is that guy, Xander?
No, it's not. No, not him. Wasn't Kevin? No, did they lose Kevin Zeitler?
Yes.
Is that who it was?
Yeah. Let me see here.
He was only there for a year, though.
They had a guy who was like a Pro Bowl type player.
I'm trying to remember if it was Kevin Zeitler, but Kevin Zeitler was. Wait, let me look him up.
I can't remember.
Zeitler was with the Ravens, I think, at some point too.
Lions.
Zeitler was with the Ravens, but he was with the Lions in 24. So they lost Ragnow and Zeitler. That's not that's a problem.
Yes, it is. And the coordinators. Okay, so I mean, do you believe that the Packers have closed the gap on them?
They've definitely closed the gap to some extent. I mean, the other thing is Micah is probably gonna bode well in that division. But dude, don't you feel like that division has a chance to eat themselves?
I agree with you. I don't agree with John. That division is the best division in pro football.
They might eat themselves a little bit. Remember what happened last year? They had 3 teams get into the playoffs. Yep. They had 3 teams in the double-digit wins. They had a 15-win Detroit team, a 14-win Minnesota team, and I think a 12 or 13-win Green Bay team, and none of them even made it to the conference final.
You could have Chicago this year hang around 9 or 10 wins too.
I think Chicago is going to take a bigger jump there than people are giving credit for. Now, Chicago is an uphill battle because of how good the division is, but I think they're going to be a better team. I think you're probably right on the money, actually, with 9, 10, maybe 8, 9, 10 wins, somewhere in there.
Do me a favor. Give me your top 5 NFC teams.
NFC teams? All right, yeah. We did this a little bit this morning.
Let me give you mine.
All right, go ahead.
I've got Eagles. Yeah. I got Eagles. I got Lions. I've got Rams. I've got Bucks. I've got Packers. I think the Packers have pushed the Commanders to 6.
Mine's different than yours. A little bit. Top 3 are the same. Eagles, Lions,
Rams.
Rams is a big question mark, though.
I agreed, and I'm conflicted on that because Stafford's back.
If Stafford's good, they're a top 3 team. If Stafford's not good, they're cooked.
Garoppolo's not carrying them.
They're cooked. They are literally cooked if he's not good. All right. Ready? Eagles, Lions. I'm going to go ahead and put the Packers there instead of the Rams.
Okay.
I'm going to put the Packers there. I know that's
You just got through telling me Jordan blows.
Well, I didn't say blows. I don't think he's going to get the job done.
But you trust him over more a bad back.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not wrong.
The Bucks are coming in at 6 for me. Commanders at 5.
Okay.
And then give me. I'll take the Rams at 3, Packers 4. I'll keep it like that. Rams 3, Packers 4, Commanders 5, Bucks 6.
Tell me if you agree with this.
Holy shit! Do you think there's 6 Super Bowl contenders in the NFC?
Yeah, I do. Oh, I think. Yes, I do. I think there's 6 Super Bowl contenders now in the NFC. I was just going to tell you. Don't you think this Parsons move has shifted to where now? Get this, dude. The NFC all of a sudden, man. Some of these teams now they look more balanced. There's a little bit better quarterback play you're looking at. It has changed the landscape a little bit here.
Did I say blows? I think I did say blows.
Hey, But what
Might have been a little harsh, Curtis.
you know what this is going to come down to, though? See, John's right. And I've been saying this. The Eagles top 20. There's nobody better. I agree. But, bro, after 20, I think you're with everybody else. You keep telling me this. Isn't that a league-wide thing? Well, yeah, it is. So after year 20, you have 20. The Lions probably have what? 12 great players? The Bucks have probably what? 8 great players? You still have the accumulation.
Yeah.
You are going to either win it, Xander, this year or lose it. And there's only one thing that's going to stop you. Injuries.
Well,
That's it.
I mean,
If you lose a key dude at a key spot, like corner, D-tackle, it's over. You don't have the depth you had a year ago. Well, right now, on August 29th, you don't have that right now, it seems. That may play in. Xander, Brian Young may play himself into being Moro Ojomo.
I think. Well, I don't know about that, but I think.
Well, I didn't know that about Moro Ojomo or any of these other guys playing into that.
I think Moro could be Milton.
Okay.
I've been saying that all summer, and John's.
But who is the guy that's the backup and the depth that you guys had a year ago when those guys, how many, you even said it to me. Didn't Moro Ojomo play over 500-600 reps?
Well, how much of a factor are you putting on Jordan Davis?
A lot. He's got to step.
All right. So does he handle some of that?
He's got to play more than 28% of the plays. He's got to be on the field more than 28% of the time. He's got to be around 33, somewhere in there. He's got to be on the field in third down.
I agree.
Okay, so get this. How many reps, folks? Hey, Kyle, I think I saw that Moro Ojomo had over 500 reps, 400 reps, 490, 480. Who's that guy on your team that's going to have that role?
What role?
The Moro Ojomo role of 480 reps of a year.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I think Jordan eats some of it, but he has. I mean, that would be the projection. And then
so a starter has to pick. That's not a bad take.
Well, no, I think if Jordan goes up,
you got to balance that out. Okay.
Yeah, right. Moro becomes part Milton, Jordan and Milton. Okay. Hear me out. Jordan and Moro have to make up for what Jordan, Milton, and Moro were last year. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Jordan and Moro have to be what Jordan, Milton, and Moro were last year.
Agreed, 100%.
That's a big ask though, because Milton Williams was a good player last year.
I'm going to disagree with John on something that you guys, and he keeps saying.
Oh, you guys don't disagree often.
I'm going to disagree on him on something.
Oh,
why is he so compelled to get an edge rusher when you didn't need one a year ago?
What's that? Why didn't you?
You didn't need an elite pass rush. You didn't need an elite edge last year.
Well, I don't think they knew what Nolan was going to be. I think they were worried about him.
Are you under?
Why else would they have signed Bryce Huff?
But why the need to try to sign somebody when you didn't need to a year ago?
Well, I think they were going.
So you're telling me if I brought Brandon Graham back and I had the same 3 dudes that won the Super Bowl for you, except for Josh Sweat, okay, and he's a huge part of that. I get it.
Well, I think they were an aggressive team last year. I think they were more aggressive last offseason. I do. I mean, I think they took bigger swings, and they still had, by the way, the misses were equal. I mean, you might have more players missed this year, but you had more money missed last year. That's for sure.
Well, like I said, you ready for this? The 2 guys you lost are $45 million.
Man, it's true. It's true.
So $45 million, those 2 guys.
Why don't you
just get somebody that is like Josh?
Don't you want a Trayvon Walker?
No.
Why?
Don't need him.
The fuck you talking about? You don't need him.
You proved to me a year ago you didn't need him.
You got stiffs in the secondary.
You didn't need him a year ago at edge.
All right. We also had pressure last year.
Oh, well, that's how we got to go get some safety guys and corner guys.
Dude, those guys are either way, because if they're not getting pressure from the edge consistently, then those guys are eventually going to get beat. And when you're in zone defense, man, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time.
Can you help me out on something too? Why all the fascination with fucking signing wideouts in Philly when you don't go to but 2 of them? You signed another guy to a fucking practice squad. What's with the wideouts?
Dude, we signed a practice squad guy. What are you talking about?
You guys are always signing wideouts.
We're improving the team. If there's one player who can be replaced with a better player,
with another wideout.
No, because I appreciate that about Howie. Most people will say
it's a position of non-need.
Yeah, but bullshit. Most GMs will say, "I have good." Wait, let me get it out. Most teams will say, "I got good receivers. I don't need to get the fifth receiver better. I don't need to get the sixth receiver." Howie says, "If there's one guy on my team that can be replaced for a better option, I'm going to look into it." And many times, I'll pull the trigger. Same case with Sam Howell.
Don't use him.
You're not going to use Sam Howell either.
Hey. You don't use your fifth or sixth wideout. You don't even use your third wideout.
You think the LA Rams wish they had Tanner McKay coming in?
The LA Rams throw the ball a ton, 700 times a year.
Not my point, Sills.
That is my point.
If they lose their quarterback, they're cooked.
Why are you addressing a position where you don't really utilize the wide receivers in any way outside of your first two guys?
What if A.J. Brown gets hurt?
Bro. You're going to elevate Jahan Dotson, and you're going to put Devontae Smith and your boy Cooper.
Okay, good. And now now John Mechie's there too to make it even better.
What do you think is more of a need, a safety or a receiver?
Wait a second. You wouldn't rather have Avery Williams over John Mechie, would you?
I like that kid, Mechie, man.
Yeah, so shut up. You're improving the whole team.
Oh, yeah. Too bad the quarterback can't find him. It's all good.
A 1 through 7 day roster. So
hey.
If they can get better somewhere, they do it. And I respect that.
What do you make of the captains? Jalen Carter's not a captain.
I didn't make of it a single thing. The guy's 24 years old, and admittedly, he's a little immature yet. That's all right. I mean, look, he got paid. Last year he got a personal foul for slapping that Steeler guy in the head. That was one of my favorite plays of the season last year. Jalen Carter just boom slaps the Pittsburgh guy in the helmet. I mean, he's a little immature. Guy's a game wrecker. I don't give a shit.
Let me ask you this: so you're going to pay a guy $40 million, and he's not a team captain? All right.
Yeah.
Man.
You don't pay people to wear C's on their chest.
Oh, okay. So he's not ready yet. All right. He's not ready.
Is Micah Parsons going to be a captain in Green Bay, you think?
$47 million? I'm gonna make that guy the head fucking coach.
I told you that yesterday. I said Jalen Carter's price went up, and you're like, he's not an edge. I said, rising tide lifts all boats, Sileo.
No way. He'll never get that money.
He's not going to get 47, but he's going to get 40. Used to be 36. Now it's going to be 40.
They're not going to pay him $40 fucking million.
Yeah, they are.
No way.
Yes, I guarantee it. They would have traded him by now if they weren't paying him.
No way, 40. No
Why
way.
would you keep him?
No way, 40.
Dude, I guarantee you it's 30.
The top D tackle makes 30. Dude, D tackle and edge are completely different positions.
Carter will get paid.
He ain't getting paid that money.
He's getting paid.
Highest paid defensive tackle makes $34 million.
Okay, so he's getting 36.
Okay, yeah, something like that. He's not getting 40.
You're acting like 36 and 40 is like a
over 4 years. How about Jerry Jones trying to stick it to our boy with $7 million?
Sileo plays.
Hey, bro, 4 million times 4. I don't know about you. That's $16 million.
Yeah, for Jeffrey Lurie, that's a couple there. That's a couple baby peanuts.
That's $16 million. Right?
This is my church money. Dollar bill there, dollar bill there. That's $16 million to Jeffrey Lurie.
That's my mom's Venus money, so don't throw it away. Hey, 36, right? Hey, your boy Reed's getting a contract.
Yeah, I know he is. I told you that. I've been telling you that for months.
Well, I've been telling you when, though.
When did you say?
I've been telling you when. Okay? They named him captain. What do you make it at?
Make him what?
Him being captain. Be such a smart ass. Him being captain. What do you make?
I think that's good for him. I think people should apologize to Darius Slay last year for freaking out at him because C.J. Gardner-Johnson threw a hissy fit when Slay said Reed was the leader of the secondary. Slay was right. A year later, Slay's gone, and Reed's got the captain on his jersey, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson is still crying on Twitter in Houston. Now, I like C.J. Gardner-Johnson, so don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. I remember when that was a big thing last year when Slay called Reed a leader, and everybody was like, "He's not the leader. He's undrafted free agent."
No. Gardner Johnson took offense to it.
Yeah, but then a bunch of fans rode with it too. A bunch of fans rode with it too. So, I like Reed. It's good. It's good. I think he is that leadership presence. But all right. You got a C on your jersey now, Reed. Like I get better. Continue to rise up. Let's take the next step here. I'm not good with you being a middling safety. Be an impact player on the team this year. Gardner Johnson's gone. Go and fucking make plays. Let's see it, dude. I got confidence in him. But you got a C on your jersey in Philadelphia. The Super Bowl champion Eagles put a C on your chest. Act like it.
I'm going to ask you about a trade here, Junior.
Uh-oh.
Would you have sent Dallas? I get it. They would not. But he did make the comment. They contacted every single team that had dominant D tackles. But because I see Kenny Clark as the name, would you have sent Jordan Davis and 2-1s for Michael Parsons?
Jordan Davis and 2-1s? Make the deal, right? Yeah, I think you got to make that deal. I mean, Michael Parsons would have changed this team.
You don't have to. You don't have to give Carter away. Everybody on the planet knows that Jerry got nothing for it. This is
the problem with asking this question right now, because everyone's going to say this. Ready? No. But here's what I'll tell you, and LJ, you included. If you guys got a notification on your phone like we got yesterday with Micah,
they would have screamed. Yes.
If you got that notification and instead of it being to the Packers, it was to the Eagles.
That's right.
The compensation was 2-1s and Jordan Davis. You would be on here saying the Philadelphia Eagles are going to repeat as Super Bowl. And I would be right there with you. But because now he's gone and it's never going to happen, it's easy for fans to just say, I would not do it.
That's right.
You would do it. Every one of you would do it, and every one of you would be thrilled if they did it. You think anybody would have been here like, Thomas says that's a no for me. So, Thomas, you would have been in here like, hey, I know we got Micah Parsons, but I can't believe we gave up Jordan. You wouldn't say that. You'd say goodbye and good riddance. See ya, Jordan Davis. Come on, Parzetta.
And this is where I'm going to come back to you now. Would you give up Jordan Davis in a 3?
Oh my gosh, you read my mind.
For Trayvon Walker.
Trayvon. You literally read my mind. I literally was about to say to you, now, would you do it for Trayvon?
Would you do it for Davis in a 3?
Akeem Braxton calls me the biggest fraud on the internet. That is a fire way to describe me, my friend. That's like an accolade right there. If I'm the biggest fraud on the internet, holy shit. Would I do that?
JD?
No, because I'd rather give another pick. Jerry said last night he wouldn't have made a move without a defensive tackle. So I'd rather give another draft pick for them for that. I don't want to give up Jordan Davis. I really don't, because I think if you're going to get an edge rusher, specifically an edge rusher who can get after the quarterback, you better make sure that you got the guys to be able to stop the runner. Your defense going to get shot at real quick. So getting rid of Jordan Davis to me really would be counterproductive in some regard, especially going for a big edge rusher. And I don't really love it, but I would do the original deal still. I would do a 1 and a 3 for Trayvon. I think that makes sense.
Here's my problem with the trade with Jerry. The only thing that you swapped out right now is Kenny Clark for Micah. You don't get any benefit of those deals right now until 26. By the way, Xander, that 26 draft, it's shaping up to be one of the greatest drafts in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
It's going to be deep. There's going to be a ton of players. It's probably going to go a round and a half. There's so many good football players coming out this year. And that's not just the quarterbacks. And your boy has 12 picks, which is fucking insane in that. Dude, everybody I've spoken to is saying that 2026 draft, you're going to get a superstar player in the third.
Cowboys got 2 1s. I mean, they're going to be late ones probably, or at least the Packers ones.
Well, they're going to get 4 picks. They're going to get 4 picks now, 4 first-round picks in the next 2 years.
Yeah. Well, that's good shape for them. But I think they're going to package them all and move to and
Yeah,
try.
because they're going to want to try to get Arch and move up to get a quarterback.
And they're not going to get Arch unless they're number 1 overall.
Dak's next. He's next. He can't.
Yeah, it's funny because that's kind of what yesterday was in a way. You know,
yeah, it was the beginning of the end.
Depending on how senile Jerry is and how long he wants to make it last, might be the beginning of the end. Now, he might hold on to it a little bit longer than he should, but they might be rebuilding that entire team. New quarterback, new everything in there. That's what they might be doing. So that'd be crazy, but I think that's kind of where they're heading.
I want to tell you, do you believe the Cowboys got better or worse yesterday?
The Cowboys got better, or well, they got worse. They got rid of an all-pro player and picked up a Pro Bowl player. I mean, they got worse.
Okay, what was their biggest problem on defense? What was the pass rushing?
I know, but
wait a minute. Wait.
Take a guy like that off the field and then say he didn't get worse.
I'm asking you, their biggest problem was stopping the run.
What's stopping the run?
Their second biggest one is running the ball.
And what's their new biggest problem?
Well, I proved to you that I don't need to have edge rushers that are
not in Dallas. You didn't.
Well, in Philly, you don't.
They don't got Vic Fangio. They don't have our defense. They don't have our secondary.
I'm just saying, bro. Most teams that won Super Bowls, like somebody pointed out, all had interior defensive tackles that were sensational, right? The guy in Kansas City, Chris Jones, Aaron Donald, Vita Vea, Jalen Carter. Not a lot of fucking perimeter guys were dominating Super Bowls. The interior guys were dominating. Haven't they not been the last 5 years?
No, they have.
The last 5 years, the inside guys have been more important. So maybe this is your point about making the guy 40 million.
We've talked about this at length and extensively. I don't disagree with you, but it doesn't mean I think they would just double down on that and not get good edge rushers.
I didn't know. They did address at least trying to stop. Mozzie Smith, by the way, too. They just totally admitted it by bringing him in like that. And guess what they did? They put him behind him.
I know.
They fucking put him behind him. Holy crap, man.
Cowboys they're going to be in irrelevant land for a little bit. They're like
they finished in last. You think they finished in last place in the NFC East?
Maybe. Deshae, that was this morning, bro. That wasn't yesterday. Same close as this morning, yes. No, yeah, I do actually. I don't know. It depends. Jackson Dart might be good, man. Jackson Dart might be good.
Xander, that deal. Are you still? I can't.
I am. I never thought. I really never thought. Thought Jerry would do it. Anthony. So this is how dumb that. Anthony says Xander ready to give up the farm for Parsons. Wait, look at dumbass. You gotta love this guy. He's so dumb. You gotta love him. Where is he?
He's so dumb. You gotta love him.
So Xander would give up Nolan Smith, Jahad Campbell, and a DT like Jordan for Micah Parsons. Senor, future picks are not past picks, all right? There's no guarantee on what future picks are going to be. And by the way, this is the other point about the draft picks. For everybody that's so in love with our draft picks, all right? We have legitimately – you will very rarely find a team spend a third-round pick on a defensive tackle. The defensive tackle plays so well that he's worth $27 million on the open market. And the team that drafted him in the third round doesn't pay him because they legitimately can't because they've drafted too many good players. Like, how many more picks do we need? Guys, picks are great. Don't get me wrong. And we got to keep a steady flow of them. The team is built. The window is now. Jalen is 26 years old, 27 years old. Saquon Barkley is in his prime. Picks in the future are not at the same value to a team like us as they are a team like the Cowboys or any other football team. Now, I'm not saying trade every pick you have. Be smart, be diligent. We all know how he's going to be that anyway. But if you have an opportunity to make your football team better in the now versus giving up a pick for 28 or 27 or whatever it is, I think it's a no-brainer. Dude, think about that, Sills. We let a third-round defensive tackle Defensive tackle. The Eagles pride themselves on the lines. Offensive line, defensive line. They say that everywhere for whoever will listen from the top of every mountaintop they can climb up. We love the offensive line and the defensive line. You draft a guy in the 3rd round who dominates to the level he earns $28 million, and you don't even pay him. And I'm not mad at Philly for not paying him. I'm just highlighting that we've drafted so well, like we don't really need picks right this second. We need a steady flow because of the rookie contracts. Don't get me wrong. I get that. But, like, I think you got to make the team better right now. That's what I think. But I don't know. Who am I? I'm just a guy.
This is the prime example why beating your kid's a good idea with some of these takes that Senor has.
Senor is tough, man. Look, I love you, brother, but sometimes
you just dumb shit.
You're just a little bit of a stooge.
No, I'm with you. By the way, I see somebody Yale goes like Gladstone, the general manager of the Jags. The only reason that Trayvon Walker is on the potential block is because you're not paying 2 edge rushers north of 30. You're just not doing that.
Dude.
Senor, man.
Yeah. Thank you for being the voice of reason in here today. This guy, you see, Yale's been around football. He's like, he knows. A new regime, new coach. They're nowhere close to winning. They're already paying an edge rusher $30 million. He's got the contract coming up. They picked up the 5th-year option. They didn't even extend him because they know they're not going to pay him the big money. They can't. They're not in the position to. So they're either trading him or they're trading Josh Allen.
Howie is not making any big move before the start of the season.
No, but to Yale's point, I'm saying people are acting like, why would the Jags do this? It's like, dude, it's business. Like football.
They don't have a 1.
And exactly, that's the biggest reason. They gave up their 1 last year.
Didn't they give up their 1 future 2 once? Didn't they give up future 1s to move up there to 2 to get Hunter? I can't. By the way, that's going to be one of the things I can't wait to watch. Him against Carolina. I want to see how he plays both ways because supposedly the Jags are playing him. They got a package on both sides of the ball for him. Yeah. I want to see how that plays out, man. Dude, I really do. Let's get to some of these super.
I'll say this though. All right, if Trayvon Walker does end up getting moved, all right, and it's not to the Philadelphia Eagles, I will fucking erupt. All right. Now, if he doesn't get moved,
he gets moved for 5.
If he doesn't get moved, like, all right, I can live with it because we were wrong and they don't want to move on from the player. But if he does get traded
for a 5th rounder
and it's not to the Eagles, I will be so fucking pissed off, dude. I will be so mad because we have everything we need to go and get that player. But the reality is they've kind of told us that they're not going to pay a guy like that right now.
No way.
So it's probably really unrealistic, but still, I still want it.
Dude, eventually you're going to have to start giving some of these guys second-time contracts.
Well,
you got to. You don't have a guy on that side of the ball right now. Except
JD, I'm coming for you if they do trade him somewhere else because you're the idiot who's been telling me Harrison Bryant's an all-pro player, but Trayvon Walker's not available. Come on, JD. Keep up, JD. Come on, JD.
Who the fuck is Harrison Bryant? Oh, my God.
Eric Long is buying in. You're right, Z. We can't keep all the picks. Trayvon Walker's being moved. Give him the 1 and the 3. Make it happen. I guarantee you if you called him right now and offered him a 1 and a 3, he would take it.
No way.
Nobody's offered him that.
6 days before the start of the season, not happening. Maybe trading deadline.
Maybe. But 1 and a 3, he ain't worth 1 and a 3 at the trading deadline. Take your pick, Gladstone. You want the 1 and a 3 or you want a 2 and a 5 later?
What, you're playing draft day with him now?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm eating my fucking pancakes.
Yeah. I'm backing him into a corner and saying, make your move. All right? 1 and a 3 now. Trading deadline, don't call me for anything more than a second-round pick.
We live in a different world. Is that what you're going to say on the trading deadline?
Exactly. You're right, Jay. Can't keep them all. Come on, baby. Come on. My guy Wayne is with me, too. Everybody get on the Trayvon train. Whatever you do, everybody, don't get on the JD3 train because that thing has crashed and burned more times than it's been on the train.
Not on to me. That guy runs into walls.
Yeah, it literally straight in the wall.
Man, that guy takes massive L's.
Massive.
Oh, my God, man. That guy's terrible.
All right, here we go. Mikey Shreds. What up, Shreds? Top interior opens up the edge. If you don't have the interior, that's when you need the edge to get to the quarterback, but your middle is exploited with the run. Well, I mean, you got to have one or the other. Luckily, the Eagles have good interior play, but again, you're kind of banking on.
You won the Super Bowl with interior play. You didn't win it with edge play.
Yeah, no, I know, but we still had good edge play. I mean, we had good edge play.
Good run edge play.
Especially, by the way, edge play that came alive.
You didn't have exceptional pass rushing.
No, we didn't. But we did have exceptional pass rush in the playoffs.
Yeah,
late in the playoffs. Now,
true.
I know it wasn't the whole year. I'm just saying certain things happen to get you over the top in the NFL. All right. If those guys weren't capable of that and weren't able to do that, you might not have the same story.
You know what I think really played a factor on why you guys got pressure in the playoffs? Look at the two teams you started out the playoffs with, Green Bay and the Rams, right? They throw high volume. You guys were able to pin your ears. They weren't really run-oriented teams, right? They're going to throw the ball 30 times. They didn't run the ball, so that played a factor in why you guys were able to pressure because you didn't have to defend a run. You really didn't have to defend a run the entire playoffs because Washington didn't have any kind of run game.
Right.
That thing was all vertical.
Right.
So that really helped you guys out in getting more pressure. It's a great way to look at it that you didn't play any teams that were going to run the ball at you.
Curtis says Z's narrative about him being worth less later, I don't agree with. If the dude has 8 sacks at the trade deadline, he's worth more. Well, let's talk.
There's less teams.
Well, Curtis, I agree with your sentiment in terms of he's becoming a more valuable player. But this is it's like a seesaw almost. Like you have to balance it because now you're going to be paying. Every trade that happens has to come with a deal already done, basically, or else you're trading for a guy for 6 games or 7 games, however many games are after the trade deadline. So right now, you could make the deal technically with no deal in place. Now, I think Howie would make the deal anyway with the deal in place, but you're going to immediately limit the amount of teams that are willing to play or willing to dance in that.
That's
when
right.
you do that. Now, again, you might be right, Curtis? You might be worth more, but if you don't have a team willing to do it and you significantly lessen your pool of people interested, you might lower your chances at getting what you want in the deal.
Why didn't you, if you're Jerry Jones, why didn't you make the deal on draft day? Like when you were in the draft in April, you would have got a fucking ton. There would have been 32 teams dying to make a deal with you for multiple picks. Why did you go run by that?
No, you're right. I'm sorry, no limit. I don't mean to rip you because I know you haven't been here in a little bit and you're coming back and now I'm going to rip you open. This is my least favorite mindset about the Eagles right now. I think we can find a gem edge rusher in next year's draft. What? And then wait for 3 years down the line when he's finally good? Dude, we got a window right now. Saquon Barkley, you think he's got 3 years left in his prime?
No.
You think Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, number 1 offensive line, Lane Johnson, all of these guys are going to be here for the next 3 years? Again, we're going to be able to retool. But when you have a rare opportunity and a rare football team, take advantage of it. What are we waiting to find one in the draft for? Why?
No, I'm not that either. I'm not that guy.
I just don't think that's the right approach. I don't think that's
Wait a minute, though. Howie's movement, though, dude, in the last.
The fuck did I say? That was a pause. Did I say something goofy?
No. Get this. Bro, this offseason, though, Howie Roseman really hasn't done much. He hasn't done anything really this offseason. There's been really kind of like C+ moves. I wouldn't put anything. Are
you saying Howie?
Yeah. I don't think he's done any moves that made you go, whoa, outside of the draft. I don't think there's been anything where anyone went, wow, he retooled. Man, he's really on his fucking A game. Holy shit. This guy, he's been so proactive for the last 4 years. Now, you know what it looks like to me? John's a little bit right. It just looks like they took a fucking breath.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They took a breath, and will it bite us in the ass? Maybe.
I still think you're the lead horse.
All right, here we go. Marchetti says Sweat played like an all-pro edge in the Super Bowl. He did. In the Super Bowl, he did.
He played all year like that, too, though.
All blown. Look at that, 36 months. One of our longest-standing members on JAKIB. Paying Nolan over Walker. Does Nolan have a 5th-year option? We did it with JD. I would pay Walker over Nolan.
Nolan has a 5th-year option. He's a first-rounder.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm paying Trayvon Walker. If it came down to one, I want them both. But if it came down to one or the other, because here's the thing about Nolan.
Nolan Smith is nowhere in that guy's room.
But here's the thing with Nolan. You need him because you got 3 more years left with him on a rookie contract. You got this year, next year, and then the 5th-year option. So
And
to think
tags.
that we're not going to pay him, right, and tags if you want it, but I don't think the Eagles would do that. So I'm just factoring in the 5th-year option. That's a lot of time to think about. His contract's coming up. Better move him now. I don't think so. I don't think that would be the approach. Jim says Jets got more for Jamal Adams.
They got 3 ones for that dude. 3 ones for him.
They did.
Fucking 3 ones for a safety.
That was ridiculous.
Safety.
That was ridiculous. Here we go. Here's my boy Paul again. Paul showing love. I think Paul was one of our first jersey winners last year.
This guy's giving us 5. What is that? Pounds? Yeah. 10 pounds. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that equals.
I think it's like $9.
Yeah, probably like $8. Paul says I'm with Xander on Walker. Another Super Bowl more than covers any cash cost. I agree with that, Paul. I agree with that. Here's Mikey Shreds. Carter, Jones, Donald, Vea, no top edge guys won a Super Bowl.
That's right.
Dude, that's such a bullshit narrative.
It's true, though.
But it's a bullshit fucking narrative.
Why, the truth?
It's not the truth.
It is.
It's not edge rushers competing for Super Bowls.
All those football teams win Super Bowls with interior guys. You can even put the guy in Kansas City, too, Chris Jones. They don't have exceptional edges on any of those teams.
Because they all go first overall, and all the first overall teams suck.
The point is they didn't need them. They didn't need those edge rushers, did they? All right, Every one of those teams.
So what's all right?
The last 5 years.
On one hand, Sileo is going to come up here every day and say, your team's not ready to win. You lost all these guys on defense. What do you want then? What can help us get better?
I haven't hammered the edge like you guys have. I haven't. I've been the one saying you won without them guys.
All right, and what then?
My positions are safety.
If Howie's got one move left, what is it for you?
Man, I'd like to strengthen that corner over there, dude, because it makes Cooper and it makes that whole entire back end better, dude.
What if Jalix Hunt isn't what we want him to be?
Jesus Christ, man. How many positions is he not going to have evaluated correctly then? Keeley, Hunt? I mean, you can't keep just going, well, wait a minute here. We missed on Keeley. Now we missed on Hunt. Well, then you overprojected on your roster. I'm assuming he's good. I'm giving Howie the benefit of the float ride and of the parade ride. This is what I'm doing for you and your champions. I'm giving you the fucking benefit. You can't have everybody suck.
Give me the fucking edge. Shut this guy up. Trayvon Walker's already on his way to Philly. Let's go, Kill It Elf. Come on, baby. Come on. Sileo wants an edge.
Oh, man.
So he could be right this year. Lamar says, which is worse, Rager over Jefferson or Davis over Hamilton? Definitely Rager over Jefferson. Come on, not even close.
Yeah. Jefferson's going to Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah.
By the way, though, one thing, though, to Lamar, Hamilton did set the market. That guy got $7 million a year. Woo, man. That Cooper DeJean's going to make himself some big old money, boy. So wait a minute. You're going to pay a guy $40 million, then you're going to pay a safety another $30. And then when your corner comes up.
Seriously, all this fans, I want you guys to take a deep breath. All right, we got to talk about something honestly. And it doesn't affect us right now, so it doesn't matter. It's a Football Friday conversation and a look into the future. All right. I want us to honestly evaluate this. And please give me some good responses in the chat or down below in the comments. All right. What are we going to do? What do you think the Eagles actually do when it comes to paying guys on defense? Think about it. You have Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, Zach Bond's paid, Reed Blankenship's going to get paid, Jahad Campbell coming up. He's a little further away, so you have more time on that. But 2 years from now, Jalen Carter's going to be paid. Nolan's going to be due. Cooper's going to be due because he doesn't have a 5th-year option. Okay. Do we trade offense? Do we let the guys walk on defense and continue to draft players?
You said 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years from now.
Okay. So with that number, I'm projecting that the salary cap will be $369 million. Okay. So let's do this here. Your offense My question would be, Jalen's contract is going to have to be readdressed, don't you think? What are you paying him?
He's kind of a bargain right now, though. He's outside the top 10 in earnings.
Well, in 2 years, if that guy puts another Super Bowl up like you freaks are saying, you think he's going to hang out at 50? What are you paying him? 60? You going to pay him more than that?
I think by that point, you'll have a better understanding of where the salary cap is and where other quarterbacks.
Oh, no, I'm projecting it. I went up $20 million. It goes up about $20 million. So I'm sitting there per year. So I'm going 369, 370. Okay. How much you paying? How much you paying him? 65, 60?
Yeah, 65.
Okay.
Whatever he's worth. I mean,
you're going to pay him 65 million. So let's get back over to your defensive side of the ball now. So in the next 2 years, you're going to pay Carter 40. You're going to pay in the next 2 years, you're going to pay Cooper. Well, let's see, by going by what Hamilton just signed, you're going to pay him 30. You're going to pay Q, because going by what Stingley got, you're going to pay him $39 million. You're going to pay, holy fuck. Holy Jesus. Howie got some fucking work to do here, boss. You're not signing all these guys. Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt in 3 years. They're not going. One of them will be on the team. Okay? And you're paying one guy now $17 million. Okay? Campbell turns out to be who you think. He's going to have an option in 2 years where you're going to have to extend him or not.
We're 6 days away from the opener. Let's just take,
bad idea.
Let me take these worms. Let me take these worms and stuff.
Bad idea here, right?
Let me put those worms back in the can. All right.
That's right.
I asked the question. Silly has been rambling for 5 minutes.
40, 60,
worry over there because he knows that we got some issues coming.
46, 39.
Let's put those can of worms away, Sills. Let's put them away.
Oh, my God.
30 Air says, honestly, I don't even think it would take a 1 for Walker, especially since our 1 is basically an early 2. Couple 3s and a 2 would get it done. I don't know about
No way, man. That guy was the number 1 overall pick, dude. They're going to want a 1 for him.
See, Slick Rick, Dirty, I think that's a little low. Slick Rick says, bold prediction, D finishes top 5 and 7. Slick Rick's got us picking up Trayvon Walker. Let's go, Slick Rick. I knew you had it in you, Slick Rick. Come on, Slick. He wants Trayvon Walker.
Hey, Slick Rick, you got them finishing 5th in sacks. I got the passing offense finishing 5th worst.
You don't project.
How's that for you, baby?
Top 5 in sacks with no Trayvon Walker ain't happening.
That ain't happening, man. Yeah.
No. Dude, we don't
Brian Young
Graham anymore to add a couple. Come on.
Byron Young is going to have 8 sacks.
All right, so D-line, let's map this out. Let's say Carter has a really good year and gets 8 for a defensive tackle. Didn't he have 6 last year?
He did.
All right, so give him 9. All right, let's give him 9.
I like this idea. Moro Jomo, what do you think?
Does he get the double digit? That seems far-fetched.
No way.
8.
I got 6. You got
8. Oh, come on.
Dude, I think
give him 8.
You got 8. I'm taking 6.
No.
I'm not fucking giving him 8.
Dude, bro.
No. Jordan Davis, what do you got him at?
Wait, dude.
I'm fucking giving Moro Jomo. I don't even think he can play 17 games.
Dude, Moro Jomo had 0 sacks last year.
Right. You got him at 8. Fucking 8. He makes $30 million. 8 fucking sacks. 6 is high for me. Holy shit. Xander's like, wait a minute. I want 10. You got a goose egg a year ago.
He had a goosey till the playoffs.
Jordan Davis. How many sacks, Jordan Davis?
All right, I'll go with 6 with you. Jordan Davis?
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, I like that. I'll hang in there. Carter,
9.
He's capable of 11.
Yeah, but I don't think his production relies on sacks.
I think he's going to be doubled a lot too. I'll hang on 9.
Every once in a while, Senorita's stupidity is funny. Xander Oprah handing out sacks like they're candy. All right, Carter 9. No, what's Nolan getting? Anybody want to take a shot at what Nolan gets this year?
Yeah, Nolan Smith. Here's me. 4. I think he's going to be hurt a lot.
No, you didn't say 4. I didn't hear that right, did I?
I got 4. I got
4.
4.
Dude, come on. 4?
4.
No, dude.
Okay,
You can't
I got
say
4.
that to me.
4. What do you got?
4, not 4.
Okay, what do you have?
Did he have more? He had 6.5 last year.
That don't mean he's going to have fucking 6.5 this year.
4, he said.
Not in a starting role. He's going to have more volume of plays where his body's going to have more pounding on it. Do you understand?
4.
He's going to be playing first, second, and third round. 12.5. Yeah, whatever.
PHY says I think he's breaking the sack rate. I don't know about that, PHY. Pump the brakes.
What do you got? Okay, I'll go.
I'll
give him 5.
Did you hear how confidently he said 4? No hesitation. He said 4.
I'll give him 5 because
I'm going to give him 9.
9.
He had 6.5 last year in half a season.
I know. Bryce Huff had fucking 11 and came in and was a third. I mean it. Okay, right.
Where's Slick Rick? This guy said we're getting the sack. Ew, Slick. Let's see your breakdown, Slick. If we're getting top 5,
what's Jalix Hunt getting?
5, 6.
I got 6.5.
All right, 6 is good for him. What about Aziz Ojulari?
Let me see.
2.5. 2.5 for Ojulari.
I'm going to give him 3. Uche, I'm going to give him more. I'm going to give him 4.
Yo, Slick Rick's got both Hunt and Smith in double digits.
Yeah, even though you didn't have a guy all last year everywhere near it. He's got him like
Jalix Hunt have last year. Don't
none.
Please don't tell me it's 0.
Hey, he had none.
Don't be 0. 1.5. 1.5.
Okay.
He had 1.5 in the postseason too, though. So he had 3 total.
Okay. So what did you say for Aziz?
I said 2.5 for Aziz and give me 4. 4 for Uche.
Okay. Let me tell you what you had now. Okay, 19. Okay, 19. There's 27.
Give me 4 for Uche, the Uche sticker.
33, 35. And you had 40 sacks. I had 37.
Noah says Jalix didn't start playing. I know he didn't start playing. That's still factored into his projection, no limit, because it's not a lot of experience.
So those 7 guys you think get 40 sacks. I don't think that's terrible. I got 6, 4, 9, 5, 6.5, 3, and 4.
All right, now ready? If you add Trayvon Walker, he's getting 12. Ajomo would get an extra 2. Carter would get an extra 2. Davis would probably grab an extra sack or 2. And you make life easier for Nolan as well, who might grab an extra couple sacks. And Felix.
And you'd be bumping on the door of 50.
Go and fucking get me Trayvon Walker. This is a no-brainer.
You'd be bumping on the door. You'd be bumping on the door of getting 50. That's the number you want. You want to be around 50. Okay.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
How much does Campbell get?
Campbell? Sacks?
Yeah.
Probably not many. I don't think they're going to line him up on the edge too much. Yeah. I
Think
don't know. He
Bond-
got one in the preseason.
You think Bond gets 1, 2, 3?
Bond. Yeah, I think Bond gets a couple.
So both those guys probably get 5.
I think
that
Bond
puts-
gets a little. I think Bond gets 3 at least. 5, 4, 5.
So that puts me at about 44. That puts you at like 49.
How many sacks? That's not crazy.
That would put you in the top 12. Dude, 50 sacks is a lot in today's NFL.
So you're liking Slick Rick's projection?
If you get near 50, yeah.
Slick Rick. Come on, Slick. You know we need Trayvon, Slick.
Hold on. Let me show you something here.
Yeah, the super chats are flowing today. We got to get to some of these.
Okay, hang on here. I want to show you something team-wise. Okay? Let me show you.
Today? For just PGF at 5:30?
Yeah. Here, but check it out, Xander. This is what I'm telling you about 50. Last year, the Broncos had 63 sacks. The second was the Ravens at 54. Third were the Cowboys at 52. And get this, 49, 49, 46, 46, 45. If his comment is, and what we just did, if that hangs around 44, 45, 46, you're in the top 5 in sacks as a team.
Slick Rick is out here like fucking projecting everything. Money.
He's not wrong.
Bro, Prince, thank you for waking up and smelling the roses finally, Prince. This guy says, we are concerned about cap issues. Have the Eagles ever had cap issues? Howie moves weight regularly. El Chapo Howie. That's the best nickname for Howie because he really does. Prince, thank you. Everyone's like, we can't afford Trayvon. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
It's the voidable year. It's the voidable years he puts on those contracts.
Howie's a master at this shit, dude. And Jeffrey Lurie's good at it too.
Let me tell you though, if they can those voided years, you're gonna have a whole different room to converse. It's a whole different conversation because you can spread out the money over those phony years. That's why the league hates him, because they don't think he's being genuine, but he is. You know how?
Because he's giving the guys their money.
That's right, up front, and he is being genuine. Money given versus money promised. What would you rather have? Huh?
Yeah, money promised.
I want money given. Give me the money now. Don't tell me about it.
Oh, I know that's what you want.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about.
And yours said, what is that?
By the way, I can't wait for the start of the season.
There, shut up, nerd. I'm a sports talk host, not a general manager of a football team. Fucking A. NG says, when you guys are going through the sacks, I realize we are absolutely effed if Carter gets hurt.
Absolutely.
Dude, we're way more than effed.
Hey, dude, if you lose Cooper, you lose Q, you lose Carter,
we are cooked. Cooked.
Hey, Trayvon Walker, let me tell you what.
Carter might be as important as Jalen Hurts this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Or
guess who else? Jalen Hurts or Jalen Carter.
Guess who else may be fucking in a really – dude, his value's gone up. I'll tell you this. After you see Kenny Clark getting traded, if I'm Jordan Davis, I saw him get into a Micah Parsons deal, and it was him and 2 ones. I don't know, man. If Jordan Davis has a big year, his money – are you going to turn around and give that guy $25 million? I'll go back and open that door one more time, man. I can't wait. Jordan Davis, 25, 40 million. So you're going to pay $65 million for 2 tackles?
I put those worms away. Sileo, remember?
Oh, man.
I put those worms away. I will not entertain this conversation anymore. Nick says Nolan Smith set the Eagles sack record for the playoffs. Yeah, he did. It's a small sample size there, Nick. And let's see how his body holds up. I think that's
congratulations to you, Nick.
Paul says wasted $17.5 million on Huff makes Walker look cheap. Agreed, Paul.
Oh, totally.
$27 million for Walker. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely, totally true.
Take the first round pick. Who the hell cares?
Absolutely.
Lamar says, oh, we already got to that one. Here we go. Oh, I got that one. Nick says maybe give up a first and Jalix hunt for one. I don't want to give up an edge rusher if we're going. I mean, if we have to, I would, but I would prefer to not. Because Walker at the 1, Nolan at the 2, Jalix at the 3 is the best sounding edge rushing group, and you all know it. Now we got those 3 plus Jalen Carter, Ajomo, and Jordan Davis in the interior. Now you got one of the best D-lines in football.
How about this one? Would you give up Jahad Campbell for Jalix Hunt?
Well, the reason I would do it at the surface, but I'm going to tell – I don't think the Eagles would do it because he is a fresh rookie, so they need that rookie contract. That's different than giving up a future pick. You know, you already have that guy on your team right now, and he's going to have 4 or 5 years.
Well, then would you give Bond up for that?
Well, that's why we brought him up, but I wouldn't give up on – you don't have to give up Zach Bond to get Trayvon Walker. You don't. You don't. A first-round pick will get it done.
After Jerry's deal? Yeah.
That's what I mean. So first-round pick should get it. I'm not giving up.
Yes.
If the deal for Trayvon Walker involves a good defensive player, I'm out on that deal. It changes the dynamic of it. If you're giving up draft picks, again, this is my whole philosophy.
But if I give up Jalix Hunt for that guy, I'm okay for that.
Yeah, but then now you've delegitimized what you're trying. The whole reason to bring in Carter right now is because your 1-2 punch isn't good enough. right? Now, you'll improve your 1-2 punch, but to weaken the third rotational, especially with Nolan Smith, who is been injured for almost every year of his
think
career.
he's a 2 anyway.
My point, though, about Trayvon is the draft picks are less valuable to this team because of our window. I'm giving them up to get that player. If you're going to tell me I got to give up one of our young studs on defense, that changes it for me because those guys are cheap right now. Those guys are the reason that we're going to be able to compete.
You don't need them.
Those are part of the reason, though, that the window is open and why I want to get Trayvon Walker. If you take them out of the picture, it complicates things.
I'm not trading for him. I'm just not. I'm not upsetting your plan right now. I heard John go like this. I can't believe they're going into the season with these edge rushers. Well, Howie believes in these guys. I've heard him say it. This is Howie's call. Like it was Keely Ringo was Howie's call. Okay? So you're Xander, you're starting to bend on the benefit of the doubt now.
Yeah.
By going for a trade here now. Okay?
This is a good question. He says this might be a dumb question. It's not a dumb question at all. Do you think Micah going for 2-1s changes the value of premium edge rushers?
Yeah.
But here's the problem, No Limit. I almost wonder if Jerry Jones has revealed himself to be so stupid that the rest of the league will not allow him to be a precedent. They're going to say that was Dallas. Oh, come on. Either operate in reality or hang up the phone.
Who in their right mind wouldn't give 2-1s up for Myles Garrett?
I would give up 3-1s for Myles Garrett.
Shit. That's why this is dumb. I mean, dude, Myles Garrett's the best player in football. And Jerry just went like this. Well, here's 2-1s for the second best edge rusher in the league, according
Ethan's missing the point. When did Walker become an all-pro? Ethan missing the point. 24 years old, back-to-back double-digit sack years, a bona fide edge rusher, a guy that you can put out there.
And he's better than anything you have on your football team right now at edge.
Ethan, was A.J. Brown an all-pro when we traded for him?
No.
Oh, that's right. He was with the shitty Tennessee Titans, and nobody called him a top 10 receiver. You got to have some vision. You got to be able to see ahead, Ethan.
Barkley was considered washed up when he came here.
Dude, the best thought on Trayvon is if he's got double-digit sacks playing next to that defensive line in Jacksonville, what's he going to do next to Jalen Carter?
And with Vic.
He's dominating.
When did he become an all-pro? That's totally not the point here. He's better than anything you have. You're making your guys sound like all-pro guys, and they're not. They're unproven. Nolan, a little bit.
I hate to break it to you, Ethan, but Trayvon Walker's accomplished a lot more in the NFL than Nolan Smith and Jalen Hurts have.
Absolutely,
from an individual perspective.
Absolutely. I can't. That always bugs me. When you look at it and you go, who's this guy? Well, who's your guy? Who the fuck is your guy that you're talking about?
I don't know. Man.
Glazing over your guy like he's a Pro Bowl.
Where's my boy Killadelph? Killadelph, are you out there? Come on, I need Killadelph. I know Killadelph probably wants.
Jesus criminy, man.
There he is. No.
Hey, by the way, so who you got Saturday? Texas, Ohio State.
I want Texas to win, but I feel like Ohio State's going to win.
They're at home.
Yeah, Ohio State probably is going to win that one, but I'd like to see Texas win. Question for Sills: where do you rank Lurie as an owner in the NFL today? Damn, what am I, fucking chopped liver? I'm kidding. I don't give a shit.
Boy, he does so many things right. The stupid shit that he does, getting in the way of some things, is just minor and stupid. But the stuff that he does, every coach he hires has a winning record. He's comfortable in his GM. I think that guy who owns the Chiefs are pretty good too. I think he's good. I think the guy Los Angeles is good. How about if I do this? I think that rotates depending on who wins the Super Bowl every year. Lurie's clearly in the top 5 best owners in football right now. I still think the Rooneys are in there. I think the Glazers are in there. I think Sam Kroenke's in there. I think Steve Biscotti's in there from Baltimore.
I think I got Lurie 1 in the last. If you do like last 3 years.
What about the fact that Kansas City's been to 3 straight?
Well, here. This is why. Ready? And I don't know if you'll understand or agree with me on this, but they have Patrick Mahomes.
Well, they drafted him.
I know, and they get a lot of credit for that. But that's why in a 5-10 year window, he's the best owner in football. But in the last 3 years, I think the Eagles owner has been better. And they've been able to prevail and be so good because they have the guy that overcomes everything.
I mean, think because they've changed the
You could even argue Andy hasn't been a great GM the last couple of years.
No, I agree. I would say this to you, along with Brett Veach, who runs that thing.
Yeah, Brett Veach.
But I would also say this. How he's changed the face of the team 3 times in the last 3 years. Okay, so, I mean, and that's personnel. That's a personnel change, right? You threw the ball more with RPOs in 22. You tried to throw the ball high volume last year. No, the year before. And then you came back and you were a running team. So it's been like different teams. It's been like a chameleon a little bit. So I don't know. I mean, you can't do this, Xander. Well, the last 5 years, they've been to 4 Super Bowls, Kansas City.
Yeah, it's a lot. He's the best owner in football right now.
I mean, Neil.
He's got the dynasty. We're not a dynasty yet. I'm trying to be one, but everybody wants to hold on to a first-round pick that's going to be 32 overall instead of Trayvon Walker. You know, I want a dynasty over here. But all my Eagles fans apparently forgot the point of doing this whole thing, and they want a first-round pick that's 32 overall. How about Trayvon Walker for me? Holy moly, man.
Boy, are you on that bandwagon, boy. You want that bitch no matter what it takes, man.
That's why I want it. It makes a whole lot of sense. Apparently, Eagles fans are off their rocker.
No, it does make sense. It does.
And you're the one who's like, don't do it. Kyle says the new hats in Dallas are the brown paper bags.
Bro.
Philly's Finest becomes a member. Thank you, Philly's Finest.
Thank you very much, man. That's good stuff here, man.
All right, we got more super chat. I just got to go find them. I got to go find them.
Holy cow.
Sills, who are your teams for the Super Bowl? Eagles. Bills. Eagles, Bills.
Okay. Damn. I can't.
Eagles and Bills.
No, I'm going Rams, Ravens.
Take a lap, kid.
Rams, Ravens, son.
That's not your official prediction. Don't do that on a Prince Super Chat at 4:57 on a Friday. You know you don't want to make that prediction. Rams, Ravens, stop, Sileo.
I'm not putting the Eagles' shitty defense in there.
This guy says, you have got to be kidding me. I don't want Trayvon. I told you guys, never listen to Sileo when it comes to adding to our football team. Oh, my goodness, man. You got to be kidding me.
Fucking mighty,
you
man.
have got to be kidding me.
Man. Fuck. Oh. Oh, my God. Dude, I can't – Stafford's back, though. Man.
Eagles, Bills.
Is he going to make the year?
Eagles, Bills.
No way. No way. No way. No way just because it doesn't happen.
Eagles, Bills.
You bet, man. Commanders, Ravens. Jaden Walker or Jaden Daniels.
You're not putting the Commanders in.
No, I'm not doing this shit. I don't know yet, Prince. I don't know yet.
You can't. I saved you. You can't make your prediction.
You save shit, guy.
I saved you. 5 p.m. on a Friday and $1.99 from Prince was going to make you.
I know. That's like Leon trying to get a date with Joy. I got it.
All right, here we go. Got that. Top interior opens up the edge. We got that. Carter got that. Here we go. Emmett says, hey, Xander, guess whose birthday it is today? He's the greatest entertainer of all time. That would be Michael Jackson, I would assume.
No, Big Sills.
Big Sills' birthday's in January.
It is, 3rd.
I knew it. I knew it was the New Year.
Yep.
Whose birthday? Is this a troll?
Who cares?
Whose birthday is it today?
Let me guess.
I fucking care. How about that? Because he gave $5 to my company.
Sammy Davis Jr.
What'd you say?
Sammy Davis Jr. I don't know. Who the fuck is it?
This dude Sills has the giggles, dude.
Fucking Sammy Davis Jr.
Paul Blow gives 5 memberships. Look at this. Look at this. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you, brother. Jaden Free says, I would like to take this time to apologize for owning both of you jabronis today. Take an ice pack for the wounds. Have a good weekend, fellas. Who are you talking to? Are you looking in the mirror sending super chats?
Oh, Madon. This guy's like A-Rod. Look at me. I'm great. Hey, it's Stevie Wonder's birthday. Is it? Well, some of you people in here, like Senor, have a lot in common with Stevie Wonder.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. Here's DK. There we go. Question for Xander. Yeah, DK. Who on this team will make Hall of Fame? Great fucking question. Lane Johnson, Hall of Fame. Jalen Hurts, Hall of Fame.
Oh, Jesus.
Saquon Barkley, Hall of Fame.
No.
Jalen Carter's a bold one. I'm going to say Jalen Carter to the Hall of Fame. Probably not my Lotta, right? Not accomplished enough yet. I don't know if he goes 7 more years at this rate.
I got 3 dudes.
All right, you have Lane.
Yep.
You have. Do you have Mailata?
Yep.
All right, and do you have? No, you don't have Saquon. Do you have Carter?
No.
Jalen?
No.
Saquon?
Nope.
Fuck am I missing?
Easy as fucking pie, guy.
Q?
No.
Coop?
No. There's one last. Yeah, one more superstar.
AJ.
I got Lane,
AJ.
Mailata, and AJ.
I just didn't think you were going to put AJ in.
I think you're going to win another one with him. And I think 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, well,
going to make him look like Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin doesn't have gigantic numbers compared to those other guys that are at the top of the list of high volume quarterbacks. If that guy ends up getting, hey, dude, that Dickerson comment there won't be far off either.
It depends. Guard's just a tougher one to make it in.
It is.
Tough one to make it in.
It is.
That's what I mean. So
yeah. I see AJ to me is going.
I think AJ's a Hall of Fame talent for sure.
Oh yeah, I think he needs. I think he needs another Super Bowl. Yeah. Okay, I do.
A different question.
You think Mike
Evans is super, brother?
You think Mike Evans is super? You think he's a Hall of Famer?
10 straight years of 1,000 yards, almost
a ring.
Probably.
He's got a ring.
He doesn't have the crazy big years, but
the crazy years. He doesn't have a crazy year.
He's got the consistency. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd be curious to hear Jason Cole on that one.
Yeah.
Aquatine gifts 1 membership. Thank you. What's that? Is that a Lambo? Is that or old school Ferrari? What the fuck is that thing? Can't see. It's too small. Aquatine, thank you, brother. Shane O'Mac says, we can afford to give up a first for Walker because we have enough picks to move back into the first if Howie sees a player he wants. Well, that's probably a little far-fetched, but if they did want it, they probably could make it happen.
Well, I think Howie is protective of those ones.
He is, but
I don't know if he'd be giving up those ones. We got any more? Because I want to take a timeout and pay some bills before what's his name?
JD says Jan 3rd is the day where legends are born. JD3 and Sills, 2 losers. Handsome hustlers.
Fucking funny.
Handsome hustlers. I trade Eagles 2026 first round pick, 2027 first round pick, 2027 third round pick, Keely Ringo, Brett Toth for the Jags for edge pick. That's ridiculous.
Brett Toth. I thought it was Tooth.
Senor says, I trust Stevie Wonder's takes more than Sills' takes.
Hey, Senor, whatever.
Your right hand, you're a nerd.
Yeah, hey, Senor, trust me, you got a lot more in common with Stevie also with the way you see the game.
right, let me get out of here. You're booting me off. You gotta get
Hey, let me go.
All right, later, dog.
Hey, who do you got? Notre Dame, Miami.
All right, I want Notre Dame because I'm a Catholic, but I want Miami because I'm a Big Sills fan. I'll go Miami to side with Big Sills this week.
23-20. All right. Thank you, Big Z.
Later, dog.
Got you, dude. All right. All good here, man. Let's pay some bills before we get the legendary Philly Godfather on with all you guys here. Hey, by the way, he's made for days like tonight, this weekend, Sunday, and we'll also talk a little NFL with him. Don't forget my great friends at Morgan & Morgan, the #1 injury law firm in all of America, man. With over $30 billion recovered, our friends at Morgan & Morgan make it happen for you to defend you and your family if anything ever happens with you getting hurt at work. No matter where it is also, whether you get hurt in an Uber, an insurance company doesn't pay your premiums when it comes to making sure that case of like the fires you saw in Los Angeles, Morgan & Morgan is there to fight with you with teams of attorneys from coast to coast. Trust me, this will be the easiest decision you ever make. Go to forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529. That's forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529. And do me a favor. You tell them Big Sales sent you.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
The following is a presentation of JAKIB Sports.
If you're a small business owner or you work for a company that loves the birds, you need to react fast before we've used up our entire ticket allocation. And here's why. In celebration of JAKIB Media's new partnership with Savvy Seats, JAKIB Media will give you a pair of VIP tickets for any game on the 2025 schedule, home or away. And we'll give your company or your boss a 20-week media sponsorship package across the #1 digital network for Eagles coverage, JAKIB Sports. And that includes all of our game day coverage. Cost for your business or company? About $50 a week. Let's recap everything. 20-week sponsorship package on JAKIB Sports, including commercial spots, live reads, and liners. Inclusion in all of our game day coverage, including the soon-to-be-announced Green Zone, and a pair of tickets to the home opener or any game on the 2025 regular season schedule. Remember, that's home or away. If you're in Kansas City and you want to go to the game against the Chiefs, no problem. If you live in Florida and you want to go to the game in Tampa Bay at the end of September, no problem. Text Krause at 267-261-3428. That's 267-261-3428. And remember, do it quickly before this incredible gift is gone. JAKIB Sports and Savvy Seats put you right in the action with VIP seating as we are proud to announce our partnership for the 2025 season with Savvy Seats. Text Krause right now at 267-261-3428. That's 267-261-3428. And pick your game today. If you own a company and you're not producing a podcast, you're missing out. The public consumes messaging when they're ready. Join the professional podcast network of companies and let JAKIB Media Partners put you in the podcast arena. Come to our professional studio or we'll come to your place of business and professionally produce your company podcast. Call JAKIB Media right now at 267-261-3428. 267-261-3428.
EAGLES, Eagles.
So that Todd Bowles interview is starting to pick up some steam here. So we're looking forward to having also the general manager of the Bucks on here, Jason Light, real soon. So I'm going to try to do that more towards the game. So I want to start saving a little bit of that and have that more towards the game. So we'll set that up. He couldn't do it today. I think they're working on something. I asked him, they were supposed to try to get him on at around 4:30. That's why we didn't have a guest at 4:30 today. I kept that window open for him. So, and they contacted me, the PR guys had contacted me late in the process and said that let me do this here. Actually, I'm talking to them. Okay, I mean, I'll be with you. Sick, my friend. Yeah. So, I've been dealing with the Rams all day long. So, hey, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing Coach Corso. Hey, that was, man. Hey, that's a lot of fun too. That's what it should be on a Football Friday too. Hey, by the way, this is your last non-NFL weekend. Okay, this is the last non-NFL weekend, which is insane. Because, I mean, this weekend is all college. Look at these games that set up this. Not that you guys are massive college games, dudes, but so here's tonight. By the way, USF destroyed Boise State last night. So Georgia Tech and Colorado, Dion Post, Shador, and Travis Hunter. They are the 5 o'clock game, or they're 8 o'clock tonight. So that's an 8 p.m. game. I don't really see another one on there. But these Saturday games, check this out. Texas, Ohio State at noon. Syracuse, Tennessee. Iowa State, now they're playing nobody. Clemson, LSU. UCLA, Utah. And then on Sunday, you got South Carolina versus Virginia Tech, and you got Miami, Notre Dame. And Belichick's on Monday Night Football again. Carolina versus TCU. That's going to be pretty good, man. I'm looking forward to that. By the way, Philly Godfather is going to join us at 5:30, so we're going to get his takes on all this too. How much has the Micah Parsons deal, how much has that changed for the Green Bay Packers? I mean, how much has that gone into, like, where do you think the Packers now are on the scale of Super Bowl contenders? They are a Super Bowl contender now. Getting Micah Parsons. They are. I mean, my Cowboys suck. Congratulations, Eagles. You're going to win the division again. And Mark Holmes is losing his mind. We traded Micah Parsons. Okay? And your corners got worse. Look at this guy. Packers run defense got worse. Your edges and your corner got worse. And your safety play got worse. I love how that guy does this. He's not wrong. But don't sound like you've got this lockdown defense. It's just you ain't talking to the Bucks with lying. I'm not sure what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, that's what I do for 40 years in broadcasting, is tell one person one thing and another person one thing. Yeah, no, that doesn't work like that. Seals used to say Micah he does suck on run defense. But then why did you want him? Because he would fit into your system. Because you have run defenders in the middle The Cowboys don't. He'll fit in a system where you have some run defenders. Sills used to say, I still say it. He's not a $40 million a year guy. Those guys were old. Quit making them sound like they were like, bro, the guys you have suck compared to them. Gardner Johnson, are you trying to say that Reed is better? You're a fool. Are you trying to say Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson and fucking Jacorian Bennett are better than Slay? This guy's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. It's an idiot. He would make you tell you and make you think that Nolan Smith is a better player than Josh Sweat. And that, let's see, Trotter's better than Burks. Or that, who's the backup? Adoree Jackson is better than Isaiah Rodgers. You make it tell you that. So don't worry. The guy's an idiot. Slay's not here. I have moved on. You haven't, because you haven't replaced him yet. Hey, I mean, you're making it sound like you replaced your guys with quality people. Look at the moves Howie's making, dude. Your own general manager doesn't believe in. You see this guy right here? His own general manager is making multiple moves, and he'll make more this weekend because he doesn't like the roster. But I'm raised to tell you they're loaded. When the general manager's own actions don't show that. I don't know. So what's your take on Caleb Williams and the Bears? Great question. I think Ben Johnson's going to have an enormous impact on this kid. And I think you're going to see a good football player come out of this. I think the Bears, they need to get a running game going to help him out. And believe me, take the ball out of his hands a little more. Put it into the hands of other guys, the running game. You know how you make Jalen Hurts a better ball player? You asked him to do less, and he became more efficient at the things he was asked to do. You took shit off his dinner plate. He didn't have a ton of things. So he had to worry about 4 different things: pass protection, looking for pressure, getting in and out of bad plays, protecting the football. That's what his jobs were a year ago. There were no more than that. And he was efficient at it. And that's why they won. That's what Caleb Williams needs to be. He needs to get into that rhythm. I mean, the problem that you have with organizations, you find one of these generational type kids who can play. Okay? And you start to not think that you have to build football teams around them still. You just stop. And you don't want to spend money. Okay? I mean, you just stop putting players around. The one thing, I got to tell you, the one thing that is untouchable in Philadelphia, okay? Not sure what you're talking about, guy. People ask me questions, Matt, and I answer them. You don't like the answers? I couldn't tell you what my show was about yesterday. Living in what? What are you fucking talking about? What a stupid take. Perfect for you, guy. Another king of L's. Okay? I mean, I get asked questions, dude. Do you think since Taylor engagement, do you see over 100 TV appearances or under? I think she's going to be the halftime chick at the Super Bowl coming up. Okay, I do. Hey, by the way, your place kicker, Josh Elliott. How do you feel about that dude going into the 2024 season? You guys haven't really talked about that guy. What about him? Hey, dude, me too. I have no idea. Yeah, your kicker captain. Yeah, your kicker captain, who you could have called Jake Shanks last year. Jake the Shanks. Jake the Shanks is the Eagles' place kicker. Yeah, Jake the Shanks. Oh, I got to write that down. I got to save that one. Jake the Shanks. Oh, my God. Jake the Shanks. 100% in preseason. Jake the Shanks. Sills earlier, I think you were saying the DE market is overvalued right now based on results. I agree. Is a great edge? No. Let me ask you something. So let's take a look at this. Highest paid edge rushers. Can I show you guys something? I'm gonna make a point to you. Highest paid edge rushers. I think Howie sees this. Let's go over to Cap. Okay. So let me ask you guys. The edge rushing. Let's see here. So Micah Parsons was on Dallas. So we'll leave him out of the mix because he's going to the Packers now. TJ Watt making $41 million. Are the Steelers true? You think they're a true threat for the Super Bowl this year? Yes or no? TJ Watt, $41 million. You think the Steelers are a true threat? Okay. Says, what about your steroid days at Miami? Do you think that TJ Watt and the Steelers are a true threat? No? Okay. So there's $41 million. There's TJ Watt. On a football team, no threat for a Super Bowl. Let's ask another question. How about Myles Garrett at 40? You think the Browns are a threat to win the Super Bowl? Yes or no? There's another one, 40. Myles Garrett. So we got TJ Watt and we have Myles Garrett. Do you think that the Browns are a Super Bowl contender? I'm going to make a point here. John keeps screaming for edge. Okay, the Browns are no Super Bowl threat. Okay, let's go to another one. Surely this will change. How about Danielle Hunter? I'd say so. So there's the first one, Hunter. Oh, wait. Texans a threat for the Super Bowl? No. Playoffs, yes. Texans, no. So there's Max Crosby, $35 million, Raiders. You think he's a threat? No. Okay, let's keep going on. Nick Bosa, $34 million. Super Bowl contender? No. I just named you the top 5 guys at edge rusher. And not one of them have a team that's a threat to go to the Super Bowl. Why do you want to pay $40 million for a guy that has no impact on you going to the Super Bowl or not? I just named you the top 5 guys. You have to be determined if Micah Parsons is going to help lead his team to a Super Bowl. Why would you pay that? Shit, I can go further down the list. Trey Hendrickson at $30 million. You think the Bengals are a real threat to win a Super Bowl? No. Every one of these edge rushers in the top 10, outside of maybe Parsons. Look at this. The Giants, Brian Burns. Are they a Super Bowl contender? Montez Sweat. Is he a Super Bowl contender? That's 10 dudes. Not one of his teams are threats to go to the Super Bowl. And you want to pay $40 million. Why? Not one of those football teams are a threat to win the Super Bowl. You want to say Bosa and the Niners? I don't think the 49ers are a threat to go to the Super Bowl. I think they're going to win a lot of games because of their schedule. I mean, I just named you 10 dudes. Here, one, not counting Parsons, I don't know yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You think Josh Allen is a threat to go to the Super Bowl with the Jaguars? There's 7, no. There's Burns, 8, no. There's Montez Sweat, no. There's Van Kinkel, no. There's 10. The top 10 dudes that are the highest paid guys, not counting Parsons, are on football teams that have no shot to make the Super Bowl. I don't know. And you want to pay $40 million or $35 million. Why? Didn't the Eagles show you the formula? Have 2 good defensive tackles, 2 good edges that could set the edge and create pressure. Have good corners. I'd rather have good corners than good edge rushers. You proved it. Were your corners better than your edges last year? Yes or no? Wouldn't you say the group of corners between Quinyon Mitchell and Slay were better than what you had at defensive end with Sweat and Smith? They were better. I mean, White, you didn't need pressure last year. I heard Caleb Williams has been pounding the table for Christian Wilkes. Really likes Wilkins' personality in the locker room. Yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm sure you'd like him too. Sills plays video games? No, I don't play video games. I'm not a video game dude. I'm pretty sure many of you in here are like Spank Division proof and all that. But yeah, Big Sills doesn't hang out looking at. My wife cured me of that a long time ago. She told me that there are guys like M. Reyes and they're big fat guys like LJ that aren't really the chicks that are sending the pictures on Facebook. She says, you don't really think, she came over my shoulder and she said, you don't really think that chick is talking to you, do you? I said, yeah. She caught me red-handed. This was like about 7 years ago. And ever since then, I block everybody. They're 500-pound dudes as far as I'm concerned, and they all look like M. Reyes. How you doing? Yeah. How you doing? Yeah, they're all dudes like M. Reyes sitting in his basement. Now that I look back, the last 3 years, the 49ers were really better than the Eagles. I don't know how my Cowboys got beat 3 times to the 49ers. Bad coaching. That's why. You're right. You break it down. I mean, look at this. I just broke down the top 10 highest paid defensive edge rushers, and not one of them are on a Super Bowl team. Not one were on a Super Bowl team or a contender. You want to pay $40 million to give up first-round draft choices? For what? Seals, because those top 5 edge rushers don't set the edge to stop the run. Okay? They're all on horrible – I mean, Max Crosby's on a shitty Raider team. Here, look at those edge guys. Myles Garrett's on a shitty Browns team. Trey Hendrickson is on a shitty defensive team. Josh Allen is on a football team that, whatever. I mean, the Bengals. I mean, the Jaguars. Right? You tell me. Why are you paying? Brock Purdy threw for 38-64 last year. 10th ranked with 20 touchdowns and 12 picks. Half his team was injured. I like Brock Purdy. And you know what's funny? Brock Purdy is a good football player. That's why he got paid. It's totally why he got paid. And they're going to get many other players back. I believe a top edge is like a top running back, a luxury, not a requirement. Yeah, I'd rather have a corner. I'd rather have a corner and a defensive tackle. Watch this. I'm going to make another point. I just made a point to you about the edge rushers. Now I'm going to show you something else. And I hadn't thought about it until I was talking to Xander. Super Bowl winners list. I want to show you guys something. So I just showed you that almost all of the edge rushers are on bad or teams that are not Super Bowl contender worthy, right? Okay. Well, let me show you something here. Over the last couple of years here in the Super Bowl, let me make a point to you. Okay. 2025, Jalen Carter on a Super Bowl winner. Chris Jones on the two previous Super Bowl winners. Aaron Donald on the 2022 Super Bowl winning Rams. The Buccaneers, Vita Vea. Defensive tackle, Buccaneers. Chris Jones in 2020. Vince Wilfork in 2019, right? Defensive tackle. There wasn't any premium edge there in New England. Philadelphia Eagles, Fletcher Cox. How many Super Bowls is that without a massive edge? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the last 10 Super Bowls, not one team had a premium pass rusher or a premier pass rusher with over 10 sacks on those football teams. They all had exceptional defensive tackle play and all inside tackles. No edge rushers. You think there's anything to that? And I just named you edge rushers, and all of them are on shitty teams. You tell me. Right? I think Philly Godfather's supposed to join us soon here. Hopefully he's able to join us here. Let me see here. So let's see if he's ready here. So, I mean, every one of those, all the interior defensive tackles, every single one of them. Okay? I mean, you don't need a massive edge. I think the market is overrated with that. You won a Super Bowl a year ago. I just pointed it out. Most of the guys, okay? I believe a top, yeah, it is a luxury. It's totally. It's completely a luxury. Absolutely true. All right. College football this weekend. I'm looking forward to our boy here. I wonder where Philly Godfather is here, man. Hey, you ready, man? Hopefully he's able to jump aboard with us here. Yeah, so let's see here. Here. The 2025 Cowboys. How many wins for the Cowboys? How many wins? Let's hear it here. How many wins for the Cowboys? Six. I got Texas in this. 23-20. 5 wins. M. Reyes, 8 or less. Six to 9. Okay. 8 if Dak's healthy, 5 if he's hurt. Dude, I look at that football team this year. I said it's 7 with all the pieces that they had. Okay, and right now, I'm going to go down the line here that I'm going to say that the Cowboys win. I think they win 7 games. I'm going to hang there with 7. Cowboys still have a great offense. They don't have a great offensive line. I don't like saying this, Sills, but can you imagine if Parsons takes Dak out in a regular season? Whew, that'd be something. Addition by subtraction. The Cowboys are better without him. So you're telling me you got rid of Micah Parsons for Kenny Clark, and you think you're better. You are fundamentally better. But you can't. That would be like doing this. Look, that would be like getting rid of A.J. Brown. Okay? And not addressing your cornerback situation. You got rid of a dude that's one of the best players on your football team, still not addressing the main need. You could have made a trade for Kenny Clark with any other player and with draft picks. You could have traded a 2 and a 3 to the Packers for Kenny Clark, and you would have got him. Or maybe even a 3 and a 4 for him, and you would have been able to get him. You didn't have to trade Michael Parsons in 2 1s. That's the problem with it. It just doesn't make sense. Right. I tried to make, there's no sense on moving AJ, right? There was no sense in trading. There was no sense in trading for him. Only the reason is that you got rid of the player because you didn't want to be a run. Right. I mean, just too many. I mean, the kid didn't want to leave. If you listen to him, he did not want to lead. Okay? Yeah, and 21, 22, 23, nailed it. 24, you got it, dude. Take the night off. Have a great weekend, douchebag. I see off. Dude, I don't give a shit about that guy. Haas. Guillotines were made for people in the world. And seriously, like, what do you call them? Condoms and birth control were made for a reason. That's the face of it. Okay? There's a reason. Guillotines were made. Birth control was made. That's one reason for it. Yeah. Oh, here's some news, though. So according to Stephen Jones, and according to folks in Dallas, that David Moghetti guy, who's the agent for Micah Parsons, if I were him, I'd make it very clear that when you're in Dallas, you better contact Jerry Jones and let him know it's cool you're in town. Because from what I understand, he never wants to have a negotiation with that guy ever again. And any player that he has on his football team right now, I would not want that guy representing me, because Jones is not going to he is not going to address that guy. And Jerry Jones has friends. And he's got other owners. How many people believe that the NFL owners have collusion? Okay? How many people? Yeah. You think the NFL colludes like other owners call? Do you think? You think they call each other? Do you think? Well, Jerry Jones is on the horn now, and he's going to make life hard for that guy. And that guy, anytime that he comes knock, by the way, other owners are pissed at this guy. Why? Now you got two things that piss people off. The Deshaun Watson contract, and now you have the way this thing was handled, the way you handled it. You tell the owner of the Cowboys to go fuck himself? Okay. Well, good luck negotiating. When you walk into a room, when you're talking with people that respect Jerry Jones as a business person, who have elevated the league and made every other owner rich, you fucking think that's going down like that? My friend, the Philly Godfather, had a problem, so we're all good. I don't think it's a coincidence that Howie got pretty much blacklisted during the draft. These dudes are always in cahoots behind the scenes. M. Reyes, you think Jerry Jones is going to let that guy get one up on him? That a guy was offered $40 million. And then it turns around that the Green Bay Packers had a deal on the table that David Mulgety already had inked out, and he had on there waiting for Micah Parsons to sign. And he was negotiating a contract while he was under contract, still in the property of the Cowboys. You don't think that guy's not going to want to have a little talk with the NFL about collusion and also about tampering? You had a contract on the table ready for him already? At $47 million. What, you were negotiating with the Green Bay Packers? So David Mulgety, if you remember right, the Miami Dolphins lost a draft pick. The Packers are going to lose a draft pick on this, maybe. Remember what happened with Brady? Brady was still under contract with the Buccaneers, and the Dolphins and his agent, Don Yee, reached out to the Dolphins. Remember, Brady wanted to get 5% of the Dolphins, and Stephen Ross was going to do it. Well, the Glazers and the Buccaneers said, wait a minute, this guy's still under contract. And the Dolphins lost their first-round pick. Remember that? So wait, David Mulgety, while Micah Parsons is still a member and prepping for the Eagle game, is cutting a contract in an ironed-out deal that he signed minutes after he was traded. Is that right? Well, no. Jerry Jones is going to get his pound of flesh on this. I know this dude. Absolutely. Think about how, as soon as he was dealt, he had agreed to a new contract. The negotiations went on for an entire year, 2 years in Dallas. He irons that thing out in 5 minutes? Really? Okay. I guarantee you Green Bay gets penalized. The Cowboys, I never heard the Cowboys saying that they gave anybody green light to seek a trade. I'm not talking about proving it. Oh, yeah, I am with the draft pick. How did they prove it in Tampa? Do you remember how they proved it? Correspondence. Don Yee how did they prove it? It was Don Yee on a call with Stephen Ross. And they were negotiating Brady to go to Miami. Brady wanted to go to Miami. That's where he wanted to go. So the Packers are going to lose their 2020. No. Not the negotiations. It would be more like the 20, yeah. Or it'd be a different. It might be the 28 first round pick. I'm just saying, how'd you cut that deal so fast? Let me tell you this, the Cowboys are not happy how this went down. All of a sudden, okay, we're going to trade him. Contract was cut within seconds. As soon as the deal was announced, he had a new 4-year contract with Green Bay. All contract issues. See, he's not Drew Rosenhaus. Drew Rosenhaus doesn't try to piss any guy off because he's got he's got guys in the locker room. And those guys, Drew Rosenhaus wants to be friends with the GM. He's not trying to be adversarial. Being a dickhead is not going to get it done, especially with that guy. He'll never cut a deal again with Jerry Jones. He may not never cut a deal. By the way, his son will never cut a deal with that guy. They'll just stay away from those players. So if get this, if you get drafted, they won't draft players with that agent. So like when the draft comes and you're a guy that could go to the Cowboys, that could be in a position to get drafted, Jerry will pass on you now. That's how that affects players. When you're in the second or third round, the Cowboys need an edge, they'd rather deal with someone else. And that's how that will work. That guy will start costing players positions in the draft. Okay? The report said the trade was agreed to 2 days prior and kept quiet during the time the extension was worked out. That's against collective bargaining. That's not with the NFLPA. The deal was worked out 2 days before. That contract has got to be approved by the NFL Players Association. The association then announces it. So let me ask you this. Did the NFLPA announce that deal yet? Because those are agents talking. Anytime you hear a contract with numbers, immediately after a guy signs, those aren't traditionally the numbers. Because it's got to go 24 hours to the union, it's got to go to the union, and it's got to go to Park Avenue. Then they release it the following day. That's not how that works, dude. Anytime you hear contract numbers, those are the agents talking to get it out so that their clients and other people that they potentially future want to represent can see those numbers. I mean, that's why every time you got to wait until you see behind the numbers, and you got to see what the league looks at it, because the league okays these things. I think Moghetti has 2 or 3 players represented by Moghetti, Pickens being the main one. Okay? And Malik Hooker. Yeah, well, that just became difficult. Don Yee's a heck of an agent. Seals, you noticed the video of Micah dancing around in his house? He already had moving boxes and place looked half empty. Yeah, because they knew they had a contract. Because Moghetti behind the scene was contacting other teams. There were numerous teams. The Bucs were one. The New England Patriots were one. I told you that yesterday. The Patriots had a contract on the table that would have paid them $48 million. There were 3 teams with more money on the table. Parsons wanted to go to a team like the Packers that had that big logo and wanted to have a contender of a chance of winning. Plus, the Patriots didn't want to give 2 ones up. They wanted to give another package. I wasn't told what the package was. Okay? So there were 3 teams, 2 or 3 teams that had offered more money. It's not the point whether he's a heck of an agent. Jerry Jones won't deal with him. How does that make you a great agent when you walk into a place and the guy doesn't want to negotiate with you? He'd rather trade you. Okay. No Moghetti agent players in Dallas. I can tell you that. That's not going to work. I mean, I know those men. Dallas won the trade because Parsons is younger than Hassan Reddick, and he's not worth 47. I don't believe he's worth 47 either. $47 million for a guy who, just like the rest of the edge rushers in the NFL, will have zero impact on his team going to the Super Bowl. Okay. Yeah, that sounds right. I named you the last 10 teams. All of them had defensive premier tackles inside, and all of them were run stoppers. Vince Wilfork, Vita Vea, Chris Jones, Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox. Now, one of those teams had premier edge rushers that won the last 10 Super Bowls. Okay. I mean, right? If the intention was to get traded from the Cowboys, that's a damn good agent. Okay. But the way he was posting Philadelphia, the way he was posting, it didn't surely sound like he was excited about leaving. And he even said that he didn't want to leave. Now, maybe he's bullshitting. He could be. Okay. End of the day, though, it's what he's saying. If Dallas signed him for $47 a year, listen, Dallas offered him $40. What's crazy about that is that Jerry thought he had a deal on the table for $40 million, right? Add this up. 7 times 4. That's what Jerry was trying to take from the kid. The kid's right to leave. Right? I mean, $7 million over the next 4. Add that up. We're not talking about a small number here. You're talking nearly $30 million. Yes, Aiden Hutchinson just started contract negotiations yesterday with Brad Holmes. Yes, he did. That dude, that edge rusher, is probably going to make and if they win the Super Bowl, Lions win the Super Bowl and he's in a contract year, you might be looking at the first $50 million a year guy. He ain't making 30, dude. He's a premium edge guy. This is a guy who's going to make in the room of $45 million. He's going to make a lot of money. If he puts up 12, 13 sacks this year and they go to the Super Bowl, he's going to make a shitload of money, man. I know. I text him. He thinks it's a shitty deal too. He couldn't believe that Jerry just got rid of. This is why I'm telling you about Moghetti. Jerry's angry, man. Because now he's made to look like an asshole. And yeah. Mike said this. He's like, look, you may be in the front of the new, looking the way he's looking right now, but Jerry Jones not a happy guy. Your football team's not better. All right, folks. Great weekend of football coming up, too. Don't forget our good friends at Morgan & Morgan, the #1 injury law firm in all of America, with over $30 billion recovered. What makes them the best is the fact that they win for you. Simple as that, right? They win. Thousands of attorneys from coast to coast make sure they take every single case and make it a priority in your life and in their lives. No matter what it is, too. They will review every case, and they don't get paid unless you do. Simple as that. Go to forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529. That's forthepeople.com/big sales or pound law 529. And do me a favor. You tell them Big Sales sent you.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, He gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
The following is a presentation of JAKIB Sports.
If you're a small business owner or you work for a company that loves the birds, you need to react fast before we've used up our entire ticket allocation. And here's why. In celebration of JAKIB Media's new partnership with Savvy Seats, JAKIB Media will give you a pair of VIP tickets for any game on the 2025 schedule, home or away. And we'll give your company or your boss a 20-week media sponsorship package across the #1 digital network for Eagles coverage, JAKIB Sports. And that includes all of our game day coverage. Cost for your business or company? About $50 a week. Let's recap everything. 20-week sponsorship package on JAKIB Sports, including commercial spots, live reads, and liners. Inclusion in all of our game day coverage, including the soon-to-be-announced Green Zone, and a pair of tickets to the home opener or any game on the 2025 regular season schedule. Remember, that's home or away. If you're in Kansas City and you want to go to the game against the Chiefs, no problem. If you live in Florida and you want to go to the game in Tampa Bay at the end of September, no problem. Text Krause at 267-261-3428. That's 267-261-3428. And remember, do it quickly before this incredible gift is gone. JAKIB Sports and Savvy Seats put you right in the action with VIP seating as we are proud to announce our partnership for the 2025 season with Savvy Seats. Text Krause right now at 267-261-3428. That's 267-261-3428. And pick your game today. If you own a company and you're not producing a podcast, you're missing out. The public consumes messaging when they're ready. Join the professional podcast network of companies and let JAKIB Media Partners put you in the podcast arena. Come to our professional studio or we'll come to your place of business and professionally produce your company podcast. Call JAKIB Media right now at 267-261-3428. 267-261-3428.
EAGLES, Eagles.
So let me take a look at this. Let me go here. Oh, by the way, very good on the Todd Bowles interview. Starting to go around now. It's being picked up here. So let me go here and to ESPN here real quick before we get out of here. Deion's playing tonight too, by the way. His team's playing. So I'm going to take this week. I'm going to take Saturday. I've got Texas over Ohio State. I'm going to take Clemson over LSU. I'm going to take South Carolina over Virginia Tech. I'm going to take Miami over Notre Dame. I think that score is going to be something around 23-20. Look, Marcus Freeman, I still think both those teams are still going to have a shot at making the college playoff. I do. I think they're going to make it. Hey, Sills, you make my night, brother. Appreciate you and Z. Hey, dude, you're one of the absolutely best people that we've had here, and you've been here since day one. How did I not know? And here, how did I not know? I can always count on this guy here. Congratulations. Guess what? I say it's night. He says it's day. I say it's white. He says it's black. I love those kind of guys. It is all good, Freak Show. Love you too, Maniac. You've been there since day one. You've been absolutely fabulous. Absolutely great stuff. Okay, guys, this weekend is the college football weekend. And then next week, right? We're into it here. All right, folks. Have a great weekend. Big Z. Joe, thank you very much. We'll see you next week. I appreciate you guys all. Thank you again. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the flip side.